food arrived just now. I was like, let me go live. Oh god, hold on. I was like, let me go live and like shoot the shit, and then we can like get the food because it just wouldn't arrive, and it just arrived. So they're so cute. I love this place so much. I usually don't tip that much or at all for deliveries because okay, hold on. Why did it not transition with oh? You know what? Sure. Everything went black. Okay. Okay. Did everything just hit shit the bed? Well, it is what it is. I feel like the resolution of my VTuber model just got worse. Whatever. Tell me why I have full fucking service and stream is stuttering. No, I think... No, you're good. Okay. I think it was stuttering on my end, no? Did I really just forget that? Okay, so I was thinking like let's start and then we can shoot the shit a little bit and then like, you know. But yeah, what I wanted to say is I love this place so much because I ordered the samosa last time and they gave me like the chat samosa and they gave me the normal samosa and I just put in the delivery notes like because it's like an easy mistake to make, you know. I just put in the delivery notes like last time I got the wrong samosa, so if you could just make sure that it's the cold one this time, I would love that. And then I tipped them a little bit extra. The chat samosa, yeah. And I tipped him a little bit extra, and then he came by and he was like, you got like he gave me a drink on the house and they said like they apologized. I was like, don't even worry about it. Like I didn't even it wasn't even something I'm mad at, but I just wanted to have the cold version this time, and I got the cold version this time. Yippee! I'm so hungry. Let's see the beauty. Yes! That's money, baby. That's fucking money. Yup. Okay, hold on. I'm happy! Guys, I cut myself a vlog. It was kind of a, neurodivergent meltdown, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, this came not from a place of love, but a place of hatred. How could you stream on a Friday? I always stream on a Friday. Because I have to make time for the day of the Lord. You're not the Pia, I know. Pia always streams on a Friday. Oh my god, this looks so fucking delicious. Oh my god. What the fuck did he even give me? Hold on. What the fuck did he give me as a freebie? And I ordered some new... Everything is new today. I ordered a dish I never ordered before. So, it's Free Will Friday. We're gonna do whatever we want to do today, and today I wanted to watch a lot of videos. And I'm not even gonna ask if that's okay with you, because I'm just gonna do it. So yeah. That's money. Is this mango lassi? It is! I got free mango lassi! They put spices in their drinks. I love this place. This place made me like Indian food. Well, I have a feeling, a sneaking suspicion that I always liked Indian food. I just didn't like the whitewashed version of it. And that's all my hometown Indian places offered. And this place just feels so authentic. I love it. We can't Delty together when I'm traveling. Don't worry. There will be no Delty today. Because I don't feel like doing voiceovers I feel like watching videos. And I have a few videos, but that's for later. Or shall we watch the video first and we get to talking? Because I have a few points I want to talk about too, but this food is so delicious. 117 times? Can I request 127 times? Thank you. I have a few topics to talk about. Or should we? The free will is in I have prepared a few choices and I'm giving you the illusion of free will, where I have made pre-selections and I'm giving you the option to select from the pre-selections. But I have a few topics to talk about. One of them is the Love and Deep Space thing, and the other is the Razor thing. But I feel like we should watch the video first so I can eat my food in peace. Yes, I want exactly 127 nose boobs. The dictator. Yup. That's me. You know it. You know it. Okay. Guys. Which video? I'm gonna read you guys a few titles, and you're gonna have to tell me which video sounds most appealing to you. Actually, no, I'm not, because this is the only title that I can eat, that I can watch while eating. People still play that game? What game? What game? Yes, thank you, I'm very happy. What game? I forgot what I was talking about. Guys, do you think my short-term memory is becoming an issue? Is Oran Monson one of them? Guys, do you think my short-term memory is becoming an issue? Be so honest with me. Pira. The Oza is here. Pira. Someone get the leash. I'm employing a new tactic called liberally blocking people and timing them out. So I'm not even gonna call for mods. Pia. The Oza is here. Okay, the video I want to watch is Lego's Biggest Frauds. It's basically the Lego scandal. I think the $200,000 Lego thingy, but it's the video done by Papa Meat, and I think it's more digestible because it's only 22 minutes long. P, I'm so sleepy, save me. Wake the fuck up! Cute Pia, very lucky to join right now. Hello chat. What? Am I being cute? Aw. Wait. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Let me, how does OBS work? Guys, is anyone aware? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yerp. That was cute, so you yell like a parrot. I don't even remember. Guys, be honest, is my fucking memory issue becoming an issue? Because I don't remember what I was saying before I yelled. I don't remember. Okay, I'm turning off this. And we're turning on this. Hello? We have a text, right? Yeah, we have text. I'm such a good streamer. Wow. Meat is the channel, and then plop. Oh, plop. Pia, you owe me $20 for what? You never subbed with your own money a day in your life. What do I owe you for? Who uses OBS these days? Anyways, most use OBS fork. I don't get the joke. Okay, I'm gonna eat my food now. You guys watch the video. Okay, hold on. Everyone shut the fuck up and eat your food. Okay? Shut the fuck up and eat your food.
How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're going to talk about something you
Yes, audio. Never mind.
probably already heard about. And that's the ongoing chaos between YouTuber Reckless Ben
Yep,
and Bricks and
yep.
Minifigs, also
Do you
known
guys,
as...
how much do you guys know about this? Actually, don't answer that, because I want to eat my food. Just shut the fuck up and eat your food, okay?
Quick disclaimer! Everything we're talking about today is all things that we've seen that are public information from Reckless Ben's YouTube page, social media accounts, and from what Bricks and Minifigs has said online. This is just a recap, so that's the disclaimer. Is that good?
Your memory isn't as bad as I want it. It's only short term. Like, it's strange because I won't remember things in the short term, but if enough time passes, I will remember the thing that I forgot on short term. Does that make sense? Probably not, but I think it's a medication side effect. Because sertraline won't let me think. Sertraline blocks my think receptors. But then I can remember, like, when it's, like, a little bit longer ago. But if it's, like, what just happened, I'm not allowed to ruminate. Sertraline doesn't let me think.
I think so.
Well, sir, it is simply trying to...
Anyway, I know a lot about this, too. Hold on. I know a lot about this, too. And in fact, I've watched every video, so I know a little bit too much about it. However, I feel like this is a nice recap, so we can all be on the same speed.
Cover money seemingly stolen from an old, sick man has turned into a full-blown fucking nightmare, dude. Currently, a big...
When I watched this... Oh, the only thing I have not watched is, I think, this thing. There was, like, a thing with, like, Reckless Ben also being on a podcast. That's what I didn't watch. I watched the official videos that Ben put out. But when I watched those, I felt so hopeless for the state of the world because I was also dealing with, like, corrupt, not even politicians, not even police force. I was just dealing with corrupt landlords. And I was just like, if my landlord issue is, like, already, like, thrown me under the bus so much, how do you even do that with, like, a corrupt police force? Because I can talk to my lawyers and it will be fine, you know? What if you talk to lawyers and the lawyers are also paid off? Oh my god! Everyone blow up now.
corporation is alleged to be abusing the legal system and working with corrupt police to silence Reckless Ben and others for uncovering the heinous acts of one particular Bricks and Minifigs franchise. Which, if you don't know Reckless Ben, we've seen some of his stuff before. He also did a video on the McCamey Manor as well, which I thought was sweet. He infiltrated it, but it seems like he goes into corrupt businesses and basically tries to uncover the truth or just expose them and like right the wrongs of stuff as well. Try to use legal practices that a lot of these businesses use against the...
Hey, look, you want to watch the McCamey Manor video? Should we do that after this? But I feel like it will give me an anxiety attack, so maybe not.
people that they harm.
I like to think of myself as kind of like the king of loopholes, you know? Just, and so I kind of always want to go against like someone who's like the opposite. So I do like
What I missed, not much. We just started the video.
legal loopholes for good, but I wanted to go against someone that does like legal loopholes for bad. So it seems like the perfect battle, you know? Like we're both just using like legal loopholes against each other to like get each other in trouble and stuff. And
Right.
I just knew it was gonna be like a crazy story.
We think more eyes should be on the story. So
I would rather die than be as gay as Phoenix Wright and become a lawyer. If you're a lawyer, you're gay. Now, all gays are lawyers, but all lawyers are gay.
we're not only going to talk about it, but we're also going to speak to Ben later in this video and get some more insight on the situation. Not everyone knew what Bricks and Minifigs even was until the story broke out. Essentially, they're an absolutely massive company that specializes in buying, trading, and selling Lego products, which I think we might have touched on it briefly. We did a Lego collector video, and it's like just a retail space where people can go, and it's like an in-person retail store.
Yeah.
It's a franchisee thing, so each person buys the store, they open it, blah, blah, blah. You can sell your Legos there. From that video alone, you can tell just how massive the Lego collector market is and how much money goes through that market is absurd right now.
Guys, Cherry is not employing full sentences at their disposal right now. What they mean is they have the cat that got spayed, and the incision had to be stapled. And now they are referring to the fact that they are at the vet with their cat currently, and the staples might come out. There were some complications with the incision previously, which required a lot of cleaning and supervision. And now, Cherry's asking everyone to manifest that the staples of the incision of the spaying procedure are coming out. Thank you so much.
It's got to be the highest it's ever been.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In 2023, the business's massive success led to them opening around 150 individual stores, and by 2025, that number doubled. Even back during 2023, the business reported each individual store averaging nearly $580,000 in annual earnings, with more popular stores even breaking $1 million a year in sales. And lots of people have their own horror stories about bricks and minifigs, with some claiming that they're essentially the GameStop of Lego. Online, there are entire threads of people complaining about selling their childhood collections, easily worth hundreds of dollars to bricks and minifigures, only to be offered about $50 at most at times. I think people don't realize how easy it is to just be like, put your shit on Facebook Marketplace. You'd be surprised by how quick people will jump on things. If you can, because I know some people are, you're just in a pinch. I have to have the money now, but I don't know.
Like your wife's kicking you out. It's you or the Legos.
Yeah, me or the Legos. All right, bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Tell you what, my Lego Ninjago set doesn't fucking I hang with them. YouTubers like MGS Brick, for example, have documented bringing in rare Lego figures only to watch multiple stores downplay their worth, repeatedly telling them that a chrome gold C-3PO figure worth around $1,000 was obviously fake. We could touch more on what happens there later, but for now, let's look at where Ben comes into the story. The story begins with a man named Brian Mansell reaching out to Ben, given his content for his over-the-top documentary investigative styles, to help him get into this company and help resolve the situation. How did you initially find out about these missing Legos? Was it just through the Facebook post, or was there like other people that were hitting you up about it? How did you find out about that?
No, this wasn't a big story at all. So I guess the YouTubers covered it, Collectors Weekly, and it only got like 1,000 views on it.
Oh.
And so at the end of my Lose for Valentine video,
I caught Hollywood's most evil movie director. Lose for Valentine.
I was like, okay, if you have a problem and the police can't solve it.
Guys, I have a question. The director, question mark, named M. Night Shyamalan, is that a name? I don't... Is that like an ethnic name, or is that just like a stage name? Like, what's the genesis of that group?
Email me at this email. I made a whole email for it. We got a bunch of emails, and so we're just going through all these emails for like...
Because when I first heard it, I'm not at all a movie buff. I thought people were pulling my leg, but... Then I was like, let me like be woke, and let me, like, if it's an ethnic name, I'm sorry.
26 hours, and we see this Lego video, and I'm not really into Legos at all. I don't really collect things or anything, but the thing that stood out to me was he just said, we had the world's biggest Lego Star Wars collection. We gave it to a company, and they're selling it without paying us. And I was like, well, that's just black and white. Like, they just stole your Lego, And he's like, they're claiming that they didn't steal it. They have, like, some loopholes that they're trying to use,
Specifically, he asked for help retrieving $200,000 worth of rare Lego Star Wars sets he co-signed to Bricks and Minifigs franchise to alleviate the burden of selling them all himself. Important note! The $200,000 value was an estimate made after a brief initial look and not before a detailed evaluation was made.
My original assessment
Yep.
of about $200,000. It was before I'd actually gone through and had done an actual evaluation. I looked at it and went based on 3 different rooms with all the set.
Which is honestly fair, because the $200,000 kind of figure was pulled from, I think, the initial post of Briggs and Minifigs Instagram post, where they said where they basically bragged about, not bragged, but for lack of a better term, bragged about getting the consignment of this huge Lego Star Wars collection, and it's a marketing thing. I'm also, as a marketing girly, it's okay, whatever. It's just you're pulling that figure out of your ass, kind of, because you're over under 200K, so we can just post it on Instagram, and that's what everyone ran with.
It's
but
more
in reality, it's half that.
accurately listed around $107,000. But still, 6 figures fucking worth of Legos, guys. Crazy. Brian's contract with the store stated that the sets still belonged to him, but revenue made from any sets that sold in store would be split between them. However, when that specific store was purchased by new owners, it's alleged that they completely failed to honor the contract and even started refusing to let Brian inspect the inventory. Unfortunately for them, there is security footage showing Brandon, one of the Salem store's new owners, making it
Hold on. I was
Unfortunately
spacing
for
the
them,
fuck
their
out.
security
I was looking at him like this, just like he was looking at me like this. We were just staring at each other, fucking white-faced. I was just spacing. This is such a great frame to space out to. Like, it just invites you.
footage showing
to mirror
Brandon,
it.
one of the Salem store's new owners, making it abundantly clear that the consignment would be taken over by the new owners. It's fucking pathetic.
Thank you, I'm so glad you can interpret me. I noticed you did that last stream when I said the lollybaters with the passies of front teeth, like saloon doors, because I didn't remember what an open buy was called. Yeah! Yeah. The thumb-sucking jaws.
The back and forth they're doing. Well, actually, we said this.
Maybe $11,000 to $15,000 total Star Wars, and that's all Star Wars inventory in the whole store.
No, actually, we said this.
Yay! Yippee! Congrats, Goldfish!
All the photo evidence points to there being $20,000 worth of Lego in this of Star Wars Lego in the store that night.
Well, actually, we said this.
When Brian first came,
Lego in
No, actually,
Who
we
is
said
that?
this.
all the photo.
Is that? Who is that? Is that the CEO with the mustache? Surely not. Surely not. Surely this is not him. I refuse.
Evidence points to there being $20,000
But
worth
his
of
voice sounds the same. You are a different person without the mustache. You look like a frog.
Lego in this of Star Wars Lego in the store that night.
Well, actually, we said this.
when Brian first came in, we identified anything that was on that list
Look, you have a halo now.
that would have been his, and we set it aside. And it's still sitting there.
No, actually, we said this.
Dude, the shelves were empty.
Which also, even if this was all legit, could you not look more unprofessional? To not have your ducks in a row? Or just to stand by your policy and be like, this is what we said, this is what it was? Which, don't get me wrong, with these videos and stuff, people are calling, harassing, all kinds of horrible shit. I mean, I can sympathize with that. But at the same time,
I love you, Pia. Mwah.
if you righted the wrong, I don't think any of this would have escalated to where it's at.
But they're being greedy because they're like,
Oh, it's
they're
unbelievable.
trying to get through a legal loophole. Like, well, we changed ownership, so.
Well, man, it's 100% from what we can see so far. It just looks like it's a thing where it's like, well, you signed this consignment for the sale and all your pieces are here, but there's new management and I don't know where that's at. And I don't know if these are yours. It's just like, just being fucking scummy.
After this video, we will do genuine reacts. Just let me have these 10 minutes to eat my food.
Some of the video footage, man, that you see of this owner, like on the stoop of his house, talking to the cops, and he's like, "Hey, love the American Fork Police. You guys live. I love you." Him doing that is the cringe. Yeah, you guys rule. It's like, dude, fucking eat a fucking barrel, dude. My God. Brian confronted the store with a contract in hand, only to be threatened with a legal battle so lengthy it would cost him more than the Legos were even worth. What's worse is that these sets were collected by him and his father over many years, and after Brian's father had a health scare, Brian mentioned being afraid to tell his father what had happened to their collection for fear of worsening his physical and mental well-being.
At this point, my father had
It's
a
crazy.
health episode. We can't.
Oh god, I choked. It's crazy that he doesn't know. Like, do you think he knows by now? I don't know. Like, Brian himself looks on the a little bit older side. Apologies if that's not true. It's just I don't ask me how old a tree is. Don't ask me how old a white person is. You know, I'm not counting the rings on around your eyes. But like, I'm guessing his father is like on the very older spectrum, so he probably doesn't have social media or any kind of internet or any way to know about this, but I feel like this is blown up to such proportions that it would be feasible for someone to just walk up to him and be like, hey, my nephew told me about this. You know, one of his peers being like, hey, my nephew told me about this, like, Lego collection and reminded me so much of your situation. Isn't your son named Brian or whatever? Like, I feel like the people in his life that have younger relatives would tell him, no? I'm going in Books A Million to make purchases in celebration. What does that mean? Oh, it's a books. I'm guess. Okay, hold on. I'm guessing that means you're going into a bookstore to buy books because you're happy about the staples. I'm guessing Books A Million is a bookstore. I'm getting my cherry translation group back.
Bring any stress to him.
This kickstarts an insane series of stunts pulled off by Reckless Ben to confront the Bricks and Minifigs team. The series is still up on YouTube, I believe. You can still watch part of the video so far. He just can't add anything yet. It's fucking unbelievable the amount of incompetence it has from Bricks and Minifigs, and just like the amount of like if you.
The thing about a chat samosa is it's stuffing, bro. I can't even touch the actual food that I ordered, and I'm not even done with this samosa yet. Like, it's just so stuffing.
It just would have paid back or just did good business practices, none of this would be happening. Or even just being like, okay, we f***ed up, sorry. It would have been fine. But now we are watching corporate suicide right now. Were you expecting it to be a lot more calm, or did you actually expect
corporate suicide? Like, I can never, ever, ever in a million years imagine why the fuck? Why the fuck? And that's how I know that, like, a lot of this isn't about anything with logic anymore. This is just about fragile male white ego. It is, this motherfucker has supplied my manga my whole life. Oh, and a lot of trinkets. Interesting. If I tell you guys the name of my local manga supplier, it's a chain, actually. It's a chain, but I don't know if you guys, do you guys have Hugendubel? I realize how that sounds. Do you guys have Hugendubel? Hugendubel. Hugendubel. I think it's like it might be Dutch. It sounds Dutch, doesn't it? Norwegian? Erling Holland? Hugendubel? Surely. Swedish? IKEA? Hugendubel? Something like that? It's a bookstore. It has manga. I have a lot of Attack on Titan manga when I was still obsessed with season 1, which was when season 1 came out. And sounds German. I don't think it's German in nature. I think it's one of the other Germanic languages. Guys, I summoned Layla. Guys. 30 minutes of streaming did not summon Layla, but one mention of Erling Holland. It's that easy. If you want to summon a witch into your humble abode, all you have to do is chant the magic words. I've been here for like 15 minutes. I was doing something. See? Summoned. Materialized. No, because like, I know this is... Oh my god, I'm still choking. Shut the fuck up, I hate your food.
Hostility to be coming in when you went into the store? Did they already seem like fucking guns ready? You know what I mean?
Brian did warn me when I went in the first time. He's like, hey, when I went to ask for my Legos back, they trespassed from the store and started like screaming at me. So he's like, they're probably going to do the same thing to you. At this point, I didn't know if Brian was telling the truth or not yet, you know? So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just go and see for myself. But I came in prepared kind of knowing that I was like, okay, I'm going to be like extra nice to them because I know they might, I want to get them to talk because that's my goal, is like hear their side of the story. So I went in, I'm just like, hey, I think my friend has some Legos in here. He was having trouble getting them.
Right. Actually, I do want to say something. So I know this is just about like white fragile male ego, because like at some point you can just I wouldn't even have made it this far if I was in any way, shape, or form in a leading position of this company. I would never, ever, ever tell them, or like I would never let it get this far. This is corporate suicide on a scale never seen before. Like, like not it's not even on the scale of Jeffree Star. It's not even on the scale, because Jeffree Star will still have fans in the way like, oh, but he's no nonsense and he says how it is and like he already apologized, whatever. You always have these people, right? This is corporate suicide in a way where no one will ever want to have anything to do with you or give you money, or like you're just it's you will never recover from this. So like, why not? It's not even 200K, it's 100K for a franchise that has many stores, particular stores. I would surmise that 100,000 is not that big of a deal in like company figures for like yearly bookings, right? Just write 100,000 off. Like, just give the merch back, or just write 100,000 off, or just pay them out, or whatever. Like, I would have done everything but this. Everything but this. And I would have put hush money on top of it, actually. I would have put hush money on top of it, and even if it got to the point where Ben released part 1, and all of this bullshit happened, come part 2, I would have been like, hey guys, I'm so sorry, this was like internal, we were doing internal restructuring and stuff, and the taking over of everything has been super stressful on the business, so like, let's just let bygones be bygones, we'll pay you out, or whatever, and then like, here's a little something extra, go buy yourself something nice with that. Like, I would have done everything but aside from Holland and his refreshing egg yolk, I was gonna tell you I cried a Yuri light novel. Oh, damn. Guys, I might be getting. No, actually, I'm lying.
Back, can we like work this out? And then she's like, I'm being harassed. Like,
Yeah.
call the cops. And I'm like, well, I'm not really harassing. I'm just trying to hear like your guys' side of things. If they were paying him and he was lying to me, then they would have just told me at the store, like, hey, we're actually paying him. You know, so that's why I went to the store first to hear their side of things.
Just give back the set.
What's what I'm saying is, even if it's not the money, at least give back what you have and like just do what's right, make it even Stevens with everybody. But they've dug so far down that now they're just, which if all these videos, you can just see how fucking gross the owners are. It's just.
Is that the same person?
Nasty people, and then also you have the fucking gross the owners are. It's just nasty fucking practices, nasty people, and then also you have the police officers who just aren't treating it seriously, because I think there's still like a stigma with people that are like, oh, it's a YouTuber doing something.
Low-key. No, I wanted to see if this person over here is the same person, and if he just looks vastly different with no mustache. But I still can't, I'm not gonna lie, I still can't figure it out. I have a really bad time distinguishing white people from each other.
To where then they're like, oh, well, if it's just a YouTube thing, that's probably nothing, right? Or it's just, oh god, so this is just a troll thing, or this is just a joke, or whatever. Just a general lack of care for a very serious thing.
He's a YouTuber.
He has nothing to do with the story at all.
He's a YouTuber.
Okay. That makes it.
I genuinely have no issue. Hold on, I genuinely have no issue distinguishing any other ethnicity, race, from each other. I don't think anyone but white people look similar to each other at all. You're so welcome, Layla. I knew you would say that. Okay, I'm going back here because
He's a little more clear. He has no association.
He's a YouTuber. He's just trying to get content.
Okay.
The amount of times I heard him say stuff like, oh, this is a YouTube thing, and discrediting the case just because.
But even if he's a YouTuber, like, some of the shit that the police pulled, like, not serving papers, is, like, actually crazy. Also, low-key, why would Ben be there? Like some of the shit Ben just did that where I was like, why are we doing it like this? I guess we're doing like I know you do loopholes and I can appreciate the funniness of it, but in cases like serving the papers, he already got like a server, like I don't know what they're called, but someone whose job it is to serve papers, which by the way, isn't that a fucking banger ass job? Your job it's your job to go up to people and give them paper and then go home. Like, was? Wie bitte? Loki banger. I don't understand why you had to be in the same car and stuff. Like, they're not good at job. Like, I think it was just because Ben was in the car and the police, like, flagged him down so that the server couldn't serve. And then when Ben asked the police if they could serve the papers to Josh, they were like, yeah, sure. And then they walked up to him. Josh was like, no. And then they walked back to Ben and they were like, actually, he said no. What do you mean he said no? I asked my mama and she said I can't go to court today. My mama said you can't sue me. Sorry.
This is like a YouTube video or something. It's very interesting
Yeah,
how that like it gives them a right, you know?
I kind of see their point of view because there is so many just like annoying.
Fuck is Ben? Is he at a train station? Is he at an airport? What is the genesis of this group? What is this? Where art thou?
Like,
oh sure,
glasses people that probably the majority
like,
of
he is on his phone, but this looks very like train station-esque.
like TikTokers and YouTube.
But also, where the fuck in the Americas would be like a train station to like casually visit? So I think this is an aeroport.
YouTubers that do the meta glasses, I'd say like probably a good 80 to 90% of them are just trying to, I'm gonna piss you off as much as I can.
Yeah, rage
and the bigger
bait.
of a reaction you get, the more of a reaction you get, the more money I make, you know? I shouldn't be surprised by that because that is the majority of people, you know, but I would like to think that I'm a little,
Maybe when you first hear about it, like, oh, it's a YouTube guy. Sure, you can go in with your preconceived idea.
Guys, my bob. Ooh, my hair's still wet. Ooh. I need to style her today. Oh, Lord, I need to style her. Oh, she is short. Oh, she only gets shorter. I also thinned her out, like, so much, because I was, like, so sick of having hair, and then I was like, it's either I, dye, or I chop, like a foot of it off. When did we get a fuck ass bob? Literally in the last 2 hours. Like, I tweeted on Twitter that I'm so bored that I'm gonna stream earlier today, and my hair was so overdue for a hair wash. So I did like a nice hair wash, and you know, the upside down ones. And then I was like, you know, while my hair follicles are already facing that way, the Middle Eastern girls will get it. Well, my hair follicles are already facing that way and in a state of wet. Let me use it to do the unicorn method of cutting a bob. So I did. And then it was still too long, and so I cut even more. I think my hair was about like here, like demonstrating on pee-pee. It was about here, and now it's here. So I just hacked at it and thinned it out. Did you see me say I might grow up my bob instead of trim her off? I did not, but honestly, don't do it. I have so much hair. I love a fab. And fuck ass she is. And fuck ass she is. I might have to thin her out a little bit more because I still feel like there's too much hair on my head. And I don't appreciate it. I already chopped off like a head full of hair, I'm not even gonna lie, but I have so much hair. And that's the thing, I didn't want to go to a hair salon because I was just like, bro, I am not paying you, or like, I'm not letting you upcharge me because I have a lot of hair for a simple haircut, when I can just do it myself at home. Is it gonna look a little bit choppier? Yes, but also does it not matter because I have Middle Eastern hair undercut? I find them to be the ugliest thing ever made by mankind ever. But I cannot deny their usage. I was genuinely considering it, but then I was like, I would be miserable being this ugly. I find them horrendous. I find them horrendous. I find them just horrendous. I have no desire to become an lesbian English teacher. Please leave undercuts where they should be, which is the classroom. 9th grade preferably, with a bunch of gay kids that don't know they're gay yet and are very weirdly codependent on their very warm and welcoming English teacher that accepts them for who they are. Anyways.
Is of what that is, but I feel like even dealing with the American force or even dealing with Salem, I don't know, did you deal with much of Salem Police Department at all in the same way that you dealt with American Fork, or no? Or is that
the
more of a
Salem
distant?
Police Department was was the Kaiser Police technically, I guess, which is like 15 minutes north of Salem, but they sucked too, but they never arrested me, I guess. They always let us go. You know, like we would get in like our arguments, and then I was like, here's the law book, and then they just kind of like ran away once I pulled the law book out. So they like wouldn't keep talking to me because I think they were maybe afraid of the law. I don't know.
Or they're just like, I don't want to fucking deal with this. Which it is a very unconventional way of approaching all this, but I would say that everything he's done is.
Video. Oh my god, spare me! I have so many videos queued up.
Is legal from what we've been shown, at least, right? These posts would go viral, causing tons of bad PR and even a public statement from BAM. In it, they downplay the situation and claim that they don't know the whereabouts of the unsold sets. They allege that all of Ben's work and the criticism online is just edited social media clips, and according to them, all Bricks and Minifigs want is fairness and support for the LEGO community. Fuck yourself. Unreal. Also, it's so fun. That's like GameStop being like, we just want what's fair for gamers. It's like, why don't you go yourself, dude? Really?
Power to the gamers.
Can we just like undercut you and sell you more, and then by the way, when we get criticism, we're just gonna sue? Is that a cool thing? Can we just sue?
What's a fucking beef with GameStop?
I think that's what we want to do, actually. Oh, God. Make me want to throw up. Someone would soon leak a BAM company-wide email directly to Ben, revealing the internal state of affairs. The email directly tells other franchises how to handle the negative reactions to Ben's documentary and all other related...
Oh, fuck, GameStop. There is actual beef? What the fuck? I am not caught up on the lore. Was? Also, imagine being a Bricks and Minifigs whistleblower. Low-key banger as fuck. Low-key banger as fuck. Because it's the most low-stakes whistleblowing you could ever do in your entire life.
Content, which they labeled as...
But I bet it feels so good.
A coordinated negative PR attack. Dun dun. Legos. One of the strategies is a new mandate to actively solicit Google reviews with every single transaction. They
Did you guys see in the 3rd video that Ben posted?
feel that they're getting the...
Oh my god, that shit had me gagged, gooped, and pooped. Like, actually crazy. So, the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs said a bunch of bullshit, right? Ben's confronting him, being like, we asked you for the inventory many, many times, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, we didn't get it. We didn't get any emails. You're sending it to the wrong email. The one on the website isn't the right one. I'm telling you the right email, blah, 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 blah. Send it now. Forward it now. Forward it now. So Ben does, on the spot, forwards it to the email address that the CEO is giving him. And they don't reply, like radio silence. Weeks go by, and then they reply, and they're like, actually, we're not going to do what we said we did. We're not going to send you the inventory list. That, fine, whatever. It's not the first time you gone back on your word. Turns out, the reason the CEO wanted Ben to forward the email is so he could subpoena Google to get all of Ben's information. All information that is tied to that Gmail account. Like, just everything. Videos on the Google Drive, sheets on the Google Sheets, docs on the Google Docs, pictures, like everything, emails, like every fucking thing, like metadata. Isn't that crazy? Okay, GameStop. Barely any trade in value for anything. Overpriced inventory, crap reward system, creepy clientele, misogynistic staff. I'm not a GameStop regular, so I didn't even know they do they do anything. Like reward system. I didn't know there was a reward system. Barely any trade in value. You could trade in with GameStop.
FBI or
I just buy my games from the local electronics store, like a man, or online. Yeah.
State Police and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service involved. Their involvement alongside the temporary restraining orders and cease and desist letters would be used to silence Ben and others' content. Ben was also sued for his website, WeStealFromOldPeople.com, which he uses to sell merch of their own company. By now, Bricks and Minifigs stores around the U.S. are receiving tons of bad PR because of this scandal. To combat this, BAM stated in their email that they would have reached out to Google, YouTube, Patreon, GoDaddy, and the Facebook to report Ben's content and anyone who's review bombing their businesses. Patreon's own CEO made a video responding to this, essentially telling them to...
We don't have any local electronic stores anymore. You can have Target or GameStop or Walmart, and that's it. What about Best Buy? Isn't that electronics?
basically go f themselves and to sue Patreon if they want.
Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it. We're keeping Ben's page up. And if Bricks and Minifigs doesn't like
But it's more household, I guess.
that, they can sue us.
Like, when I say local electronics store, I very much mean, like, a franchise. Like Best Buy. We have two of them, but they merged. But they're... So they have the same inventory, but they're on different names. One is called MediaMarkt, and the other one is called Saturn. And they're both just, like, they have everything. They have gaming PCs, they have laptops, they have washing machines, they have phones, they have watches, they have speakers, they have TVs, they have vacuum cleaners, and then they have ovens, they have fridges, and then they also have like a gaming section always. So with like the newest consoles, the newest games and stuff. Mainly because the closest location is 2 hours away? Man, the United States of America is entirely too big, because what do you mean? I will have, like, it is unheard of for Germans to not have a MediaMarkt or Saturn within a 20-kilometer radius of them. Like, if it takes you more than half an hour to get there, it's not worth to go there.
Right? Which
How do you
good
guys
luck with
get
that.
electronic shit? Like, I guess GameStop in that way then. Huh, that's crazy.
Legal battle. All employees were asked to pretend
Or like, does Walmart do phones? Target?
the scandal doesn't exist, and as a backup,
How do you guys get phones? When you want a phone, where do you go?
we're given pre-planned
Because when I want a new phone, I go to MediaMarkt or Saturn. When I want a new laptop, I go to MediaMarkt or Saturn. And then I go get a laptop or a phone there.
corporate scripts and a de-escalation playbook. The company appears to be in a full meltdown as they are demanding store managers turn off comments on all store social media accounts. As stated in its public statement, BAM says its ultimate goal is to
I bought my phone secondhand, never had a new nothing, which is good. But if you weren't doing that, where would you go? Like, I'm sensing that there isn't, like, many options for you guys. I'm prepaid, baby. I go to Walmart and get the straight talk phones.
gain the community's trust and protect its franchises. AKA, please don't bankrupt us.
We get phones at the phone store. Is that a joke or is that real? Are you messing with me?
Please don't make us basically start a new business, which is inevitably, I think, what's going to happen. Do you think so far? Do you think they're
Is this a soup at the soup store thing, or is there an actual phone store?
going to be able to weather the storm?
I mean, as far as PR goes, I don't think so. I think no matter what, they're fucked. Even if they win the case against Ben.
The court of public opinion is decided.
Yeah,
Phone service providers also sell phones, which is true. They also do so here, but you would be hard pressed to find most people. Like, oh, actually, yeah, a lot of people do get phone provider phones, but I never saw the value in it because it's so expensive, so ridiculously expensive to add it onto your phone plan. I don't know. You can pay me to pay for it, is what I'm saying. So if T-Mobile or whatever, you can buy the phone there and trade in your current one. I see. And that's like your only option. Like one of your only options. Because it's also an option for us, but it's like if nothing else. If you get a really good deal from your phone provider, you will go do that. But most often you go to MediaMarkt or Saturn and you just buy a new phone there. All of my phones I like bought from there, I think. You can buy it online from the manufacturer. That's true, but like, where do you go? I'm not saying online, I'm saying where do you go?
It's just like, well, these guys are pieces of shit. It's gonna take years and years
like,
to
fuck the internet.
I could see them changing their name and trying to get out of that spotlight or something. Renaming their franchise or something. I bet you that's the route they take.
Or they might do a thing where it's like, someone bought us, and then they rebrand it.
Yeah,
We're under new corporate management.
Yeah, but they won't say that someone bought us.
Oh,
I don't think so.
shit.
I think it's going to be all secret.
There is no going. America is dumb. No going.
They're going to delete
Stay home.
all the accounts, whatever, and they're just going to restate it, and you're going to look at it and be like, oh, these are all the same Bricks and Minifigs locations, is what I think is going to happen. It may seem like...
This was just an intermission for me to eat my food. I actually want to go back to this. Do-do-do-do. Loud. There we go. Okay. I am full of food. And happy. I can't open my AC because my hair is still wet. That sucks. So I'm sweaty. But! Yippee! Yippee yippee! Okay. Okay. I don't like my tracking yet. Okay. So, what I wanted to talk about before we for real dive into the videos. By the way, I have a few videos that I want to watch. You guys will get to choose between a deep dive into human cannibalism, horrors of Christianity, which I'm very partial to. I think I want to watch that. How police captured Florida's longest active serial killer, or police discover a killer's hidden torture forest. Or most disturbing mysteries solved by Reddit users, but that one's kind of a freebie, I don't know. Just something to ruminate while I talk about my shit, and we can go over everything later. But so the things I wanted to talk about is, did you guys see first of all, Razer coming out with a Cinnamoroll collection now? And I can't help but notice that they've been appealing an awful lot to a female audience with, like, getting even more cutesy collaborations and stuff on board after their misogynistic ad. Do we forget about that? Did we forget about the misogynistic ass ad that Razer put out with no apology ever whatsoever? Or, like, maybe they did apologize, but they didn't take it down really. And now they're just trying to, like, get all of the female audience, or, like, the buyers back. Which, like, what do you think buys your shit in the first place, Razer? Do you think you're a genuinely good hardware company? Because you aren't. Like, compared to many alternatives, you're just not good. The only thing you have going for you is that you have pink shit, which no one else seems to offer. For, like, a gamer market to have pink shit and not the usual rainbow or red LED behind the fucking keycaps is, like, a godsend. So who the fuck do you think buys your shit? Razer is appealing to women because they're misogynistic and their sales dropped. Well, yes. But it's, like, crazy to put that ad on the market. Like, how far far removed can you be from your own, like, customer base? I say I work in marketing, but really I'm also working in I'm the lead of sales, right? So what I do a lot at my workplace is put a lot of customer statistics out for my boss to review and like for just the company to review. So I just analyze our clientele based on like a lot of factors, sometimes more useless factors than not. If there's like a slow if there's like a slow day and there's nothing else to analyze, you will just throw out like these throwaway like kind of statistics. But even then, as someone in sales, you will always know your target demographic, and you will always know which demographic you will, or you could, tell your marketing team to focus on. If my marketing team asks me which target demographic we have been pulling in the past like 5 years, I would be able to give a very pointed response. So for Razer to go ahead with this ad, even though they know that their main buyer base is women, is actually fucking crazy to me. And then to like pedal back hardcore with not even pulling the ad, I don't think. And then like, it just blows my mind that they thought misogyny would slide in 2026. Like, there are so many things you have to sign off on for this shit to make it to where it was seen by us, your average Joe. It genuinely blows my mind how you could even get to that point. And now to like want to have even more cutesy like Cinnamoroll. When I saw that it was Cinnamoroll, I laughed so hard. Because we're moving on from pink and we're going straight for the jugular. Like, quick, what do women like? Quick, what do girls like? They like that damn dog, that damn Cinnamoroll. Put some headphones out of there. Like, it's actually fucking crazy. Oh, we're taking a quick ad break. Just in time. Sometimes I wonder if the people outside can hear me. Because I can hear them when they scream. Like, my window is open. So, like, I wonder if they can hear me. Because I can very much hear them. And I can hear the tiniest of details, you know? So I wonder if they can hear me. So if you're outside of my apartment and you can hear me from downstairs, please mind your business. Mind you, their shit is unaffordable too, so women were literally buying it for the love of the game, and Razer ruined it. Yes. Like, when I put together, like, a setup and shit, obviously, the pink theme really tickled me. But then, you look and you find that alternatives that are more customizable, let's say for keyboards, mouses is one thing, but for keyboards, you can have a fully customized keyboard with like cuter keycaps that's not just plain pink, but has like cute theming and stuff, and genuinely creamy caps, and it'll be just the same, and you can genuinely be, and their quality isn't even that good. Again, Razer is not a brand you go to for quality. Oh, hi, thank you for the follow. So, the women that bought Razer legit did it for the love of the game, and because they want like matchy for everything, which I can respect. Like, when I look at like a setup, the pink, I eye it cheekily from the corner of the room, you know, but it's actually insane. You have like a dedicated buyer base that buys from you despite your lack of consistent quality, simply because they like that you put out products that cater to them in an industry that usually doesn't, and then you go and ruin it. Crazy, no? And now you're like, let's get everyone back with Cinnamoroll. And you know the worst part is that it's working. the worst part is that it's working and then people are buying it. Or like completely forgot about it. I saw a lot of people like, oh my god, I need it now on my timeline, which, whatever, do what you want to do with your money. But I've barely seen any people be like, hey guys, remember what they did? Like, not even that long ago? This is what happens when you have incels working in your company. Don't we know that? Don't we know that? Like, it's just, if you want to be in an incel company, work at a company that doesn't target or like doesn't have any products that could possibly cater to women. Like, I don't know if MSI has any pink shit, but like as soon as you have a pink thing or a cat ear thing in your inventory, you already know that it's gonna get sold out and you already know what your clientele is. I need Logitech to get into the pink game. I have amazing news for you. But it's not for gaming yet. I don't know if Logitech does game. They do gaming. I have a pink keyboard and mouse from Logitech for my workplace. I bought my own because I was not fucking with the ugly default shit that my office came with. So I bought my own, and I bought a nice lavender mouse pad and these little cloud thingies for your hands to rest on. Yeah, I got those for the office. I love my pink Logitech. It's genuinely so cute, but it's geared to office work. Hold on, can I find it? Also, my throat is itching. That's not good. I hope I'm not getting sick. Ugh! I googled pink Logitech and it just the most, like, offensive pink came on. Ugh. Hold on. But I also don't like how bulky their gaming mouse is. Okay, so I have... This shit is so cute, no? This is so cute. I have this mouse, I think. Here, I have this one. I have this thing. For my work. Which is so cute. I love it. Me staring at my pink Razer mouse right now. Like... That's what I'm saying. Pink. This shit is crazy though. Like, this is pink, mama. This is pink. Low-key banger. This is so Barbie. That shit's gonna glow in the dark? Yeah. I like... Hold on. Let's go shopping. Where's Logitech? Here, Saturn. This is our one electronic store. You can basically buy anything here. MediaMarkt Saturn. Computers and tablets, smartphones, TV, beamer. This is kitchen. This is garden and home. Gaming and VR. Whatever. Like, you can have everything here. A pool? A pool? Solar panels. You can just buy whatever, bro. If it's electronic, it's here. Like, whatever. That shade of pink is a literal flashbang. It's low-key so diva, don't know. Where is the Logitech website? There we go. the fuck is this? Why are we wavy? This shit don't look ergonomic. This shit don't look ergonomic. I don't believe you. For Mac. This looks ergonomic. I would believe you. Is this not so cute? Oh my god. It takes a certain diva. It does take a certain diva. I don't think I could rock the Barbie pink. This is so adorable. For 50 bucks, 45 bucks? And the mouse is so cute, dude. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Oh, this is just so adorbs. Oh, the purple version? Low-key, when I get a gaming setup, I want like a old cathedral, brown, gold, black, you know, like, oh yeah, I have this thingy too, the cloud thing. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna accomplish that, but that's my dream. To have like Rococo, old Gothic aesthetics, which is hard to come by, especially for keyboards and shit, because I don't just want a normal black keyboard. I kind of want it with like gold accents and like gold smoky, like smoke patterns. Ah! It would be so nice. That would be so nice. Okay. We gotta do it piece by piece, I think. Yeah, and probably some things I have to consult Etsy and have some people like 3D print them for me. You could always buy keycaps, yeah. Which I think I'm just gonna buy a, I'm just gonna buy a Wu-Tang keyboard, because they're not actually that expensive for the quality that they have, especially if I'm gonna keep playing Valorant. And they're like 160 bucks. Especially if you buy them like refurbed from the official store and without keycaps. So I can just buy my own keycaps. I want to watch a video! Now, for real. Oh, actually, no, not yet. I have one more topic to talk about. It's a short one, because I don't think anyone here fucks with it as much as I do. Have you guys seen the Love in Deep Space thingy? Where they canceled the new love interest? This is crazy, no? Like, I don't know what we could have gotten a puppy boy. After they fucked Caleb up so much, we could have gotten a real, tried and true puppy boy. But we didn't. I was actually so excited, because this was actually gonna be what I reinstalled Love in Deep Space for. And, like, because after they really honed in on the, like, sister thing with Caleb, I thought we were moving in a direction where they're gonna be like, yeah, no, like, this isn't, like, this isn't that, you know? But then they just honed in on it, because I think the Chinese girlies wanted it. Which whatever, but then we got like a genuine puppy boy and I was like, oh thank god, I can finally get rid of fucking Caleb. Like, I will get the brand that I so desire of man, and it'll be fine. And I don't have to worry about no damn incest. And they cancelled him. Like, he was ready. He was shipped off. They rescinded the shipment. Years and years and years of work. For what? Like, Infold, you will be dealt with. You will actually be dealt with. I will never understand. Like, at this point, Infinity Nikki, I thought was a mistake, but it's a genuine, honest mistake that a company maybe can make one time. Back. You're just in time for the video soon. But like 2 times is actually fucking crazy. What do you mean? What do you mean? I will mourn Valko so much, and this is gonna sound silly, but I will mourn that man. I wanted a dog boy. So bad. Okay, hold on. Let me check my house really quickly. Okay. Pockets lighter, pay in 4, but lighter. Did you buy mangas? Did you buy manga? Okay. I have a video for you guys. It's called The Horrors of Christianity. And it is by...
Disclaimer.
Poi. Pete Poi. Bum, bum, bum.
This video is not meant to attack Christians or Christianity as a whole. It focuses on specific crimes, scandals, and folklore where Christian beliefs or imagery were connected to something disturbing. Most Christians obviously have nothing to do with the cases discussed here, and the goal is...
Come on, religious trauma! Let's take us to Mars. Hold on. Let me
look at the darker stories surrounding...
I was about to pop my blind box. Oh. I want to become a gambling addict for Pop Mart figures, but I don't have a Pop Mart here. And I feel like I have too much consciousness when I shop online, which I do not possess when I'm in person. So my inhibitions are lowered when I'm there in person, and I need that to be able to fall victim to such schemes.
the religion, not to blame every believer for them. Christianity is one of...
I just wanted to watch this video because as a girl with my own fair share of like religious trauma, but like for being Muslim, I thought this could be like a fun bonding activity. And also, I love to bastardize Christianity. Like, I'm a Christian weeaboo, if those things exist. Like, I think the Christian aesthetic, the actual aesthetic, like this shit goes so hard. This shit goes so hard. Ideologically, I don't agree with Christianity, but they popped, like, or like Catholicism, but they popped off with the aesthetics.
The oldest religions...
It's One Piece, ship it, weighs so heavy and could be a self-defense weapon. It's the ship from One Piece, you say?
Ever. And with that, it has a lot of history. Some of that history being extremely dark. And today, we're gonna learn about the horrors of Christianity. Don't forget to subscribe.
Is that how you pronounce horrors? The horrors. Horror.
If you want more kind of content like this, my goal is to hit 500k by the end of the year. Or follow on Spotify if you're there. And also I have an Instagram and a Discord, both linked in the description.
Hey!
Follow on Spotify if you're there. And also...
Oh, never mind.
So I have an Instagram and a Discord, both linked in the
I don't want to say. Looking good, man.
description if you want to hang out or follow me, and let's get into this.
I thought this was gonna be more, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I thought this video was gonna be more on the spectrum of, like, the creepy parts of the Bible, like, with, like, lore and shit, and, like, but maybe we'll get there. He looks like a lesbian in the third one. Did we look at the same one? Hold on.
The Ryan.
Hold on. Yes, we did look at the same one. I was like, hold on. And then I saw, like, wait, hold on, let me scooch over. Let me scooch over really quickly. Like, and then I saw, like the one on the right, and then I looked at the one on the left a little bit more, and I was like, okay, never mind. Looking good, though. Looking good. I thought it was something else for a second. I thought it was something else.
I have an Instagram and a Discord, both linked in the description if you want to hang out or follow me. And
you truly are. Oh my God. Bailey has a haircut. Case in point.
Let's get into this. Ty Lee Ryan was 16. She had a best friend named Vaisha, who described her as the kind of person who made
Ty Lee, like the Avatar? Like Avatar? White girl named Ty Lee. That not her name?
Every room feel a little lighter. She had an Instagram, she took photos, she was a normal teenage girl. JJ Vallow was 7 years old. He had autism, and according to his mother's former friend April Raymond, their mother, named Lori Vallow, was patient
She looks like Elon Musk! Sorry. No?
with him in a way that was pretty remarkable. April said, and I'm paraphrasing the 48
Right?
hours interview here, that JJ and Ty Lee were the center of Lori's world, that she did everything for them. Everything. And then something changed. Their mother, Lori Vallow, had been married 4 times by the time any of this started. She grew up Mormon, raised her kid.
Okay. Mormonism is so far removed from me. That oh wow, I didn't wow. Why did I get captured? I licked my lips in it. Mormonism is so far removed from me that when I saw it first pop up on like the internet, on corners of the internet, I thought we invented it. I thought it's like a new invention of Christianity, and I was like, wow, they still do that? I was kind of like, I think it was like 2018 or something, 2019, I first heard of Mormons, and I was like, wow, they're still reinventing new forms of like religion. That's so cool. And then I learned.
In the church. From the outside, a normal American family. Hawaii for a few years, then back to the mainland, then Arizona. And normal stuff. Around 2017, Lori started reading a series of books by a man named Chad Daybell.
First mistake.
Chad was a self-published doomsday author out of Idaho. He wrote apocalyptic
Youth of Zion, the Celestial City, One Foot in the Grave, the Aaronic Priesthood, Baptism.
religious fiction. He also claimed publicly to have visions of the future.
I'm not gonna lie, your skin is very nice. I'm like, how'd you get your pores to be this small?
He prophesied that the world would
At his big age.
end in July
Like
20.
usually around here you would see like gaping pores at that age. It's very firm. Especially this air, like how?
20. He ran a small religious publishing company out of his house with his
One thing I have to say, and this might be like a little bit of a twisted trick that God is playing on us. The evilest Christians in the world have the nicest, glowingest, most glowy skin. Everything else about them is rotten. Like their eyes are sunken in, like their teeth are weird. They foam a little bit more at the mouth than is usual when they talk. You know, the corners of the mouth start to like kind of froth up a little bit. Like everything else about them is not right, but their pores.
His wife Tammy, who was a school librarian. They had 5 kids, and he gave talks at Latter-day Saints adjacent
Saloon door teeth.
conferences about the end of times. Lori
Like the thin villainous lips shall not be mentioned, but like they have this shit going on. But look at her! No pores! No pores!
became, in the words of people who knew her at the time, obsessed with
Is that a white people buff? Actually, I'm just realizing. Is that a white people buff? No pores? Literally everything else wrong, like wrinkles to hell and back with no pores? Is that a trade-off?
his books. In the fall of 2018,
Look at this! Okay, she looks like she had work done. But like...
she met him in person at a religious conference in St. George, Utah. And whatever
Sorry,
happened
I was not listening at all to whatever he was saying ever since
was
the
a
poor discussion started.
self-published doomsday author out of Idaho. He wrote apocalyptic religious fiction. He also claimed publicly to have visions of the future. He prophesied that the world would end in July 2020. He ran a small religious publishing company out of his house.
It would be very impressive knowing when he prophesied that. If he called that shit in like 2011, if it was like, nah, 2012, never. 2020, mid 2020, mark your calendars. Like, I would be like, damn. Get that man, check his emails. Check if he's in contact with a certain Wesker.
With his wife, Tammy, who was a school librarian. They had 5 kids, and he gave talks at Latter-day Saints adjacent.
Oh, that's where Dad got that date from. Nay. Ask him. Ask your father. Does the name Chad Daybell say anything, mean anything?
He ran a small religious publishing company out of his house with his wife, Tammy, who was a school librarian. They had 5 kids, and he gave talks at Latter-day Saints adjacent conference.
I had a dream that I had a baby. And no one helped me change its diapers.
Conferences about the end times. Lori became, in the words of
No, I don't make my anxiety spike. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
people who knew her, about the end times. Talks at Latter-day Saints adjacent conferences about the end times. Lori became, in the words of people who knew her at the time, obsessed with his books. In the fall of 2018, she met him in person at a religious conference in St. George, Utah. And whatever happened in that room, nothing was the same.
Do you guys think I could become a doomsday author? Without being a doomsayer? Like, all you gotta do is say, shit is gonna happen on that day, you know? Like, isn't that Loki the easiest genre to get into? Crazy because you were in the hospital room with me for support in my I had a baby dream a few years back. Damn!
After it. According to a felony indictment that would come later, within weeks of meeting, Lori and Chad were already discussing their religious beliefs as justification for killing people. Specific people. His wife Tammy, her husband Charles, and more. The belief system they had built together, or that Chad had built and Lori had absorbed, was this. Certain people around them had become what they called zombies. Not the movie kind, the theological.
That's an illness. That's a mental illness that people have, that they believe there's people in their lives got switched out for an apostle.
Kind. People whose original souls had been replaced by dark spirits. Shells walking around in human.
Loki, I could become a doomsday author. This show sounds easy as fuck. Mental illness and religious psychosis. I want to delve into psychosis a lot more. As a person, I want to learn more about psychosis and like all forms of psychosis, because there's so many forms you can go into.
Human bodies. And zombies, in their framework, needed to be eliminated because God required it. Because the end was coming and only the right people could enter the new world. Lori had decided that JJ and Ty Lee were zombies, her own children. On July 11th, 2019, Lori's husband Charles came to pick up JJ from their home in Chandler, Arizona. Lori's brother Alex Cox was there. An argument broke out. Alex shot and killed Charles. He told police.
What? This is just unrelated. This is just a random Tuesday. This has nothing to do with religion right now. This is just a random Tuesday.
Their home in Chandler,
Charles came to pick up JJ.
Arizona. Lori's brother Alex Cox.
Charles is the husband. Alex is Lori's brother.
There. An argument broke out. Alex shot and killed Charles.
Charles. Just just over an argument. So the kids already don't have a dad right now because of the brother of their mom.
He told police it was self-defense and he wasn't charged. Lori texted Charles's sons that day to say that their father had passed away.
Charles's sons? Oh, this is her. Oh, YouTube Studio just crashed. Okay, cool. So this is Lori's. Okay, this isn't the parent of JJ and Tylee. Okay.
Without mentioning that he had been shot by her brother in her home. A month later, Lori told their neighbors she was moving to California for a fresh start. She moved to Rexburg, Idaho, 6 minutes from Chad Daybell's house. Alex moved into the same apartment complex. September 8th, 2019. Lori, Tylee, JJ, and Alex took a day trip to Yellowstone National Park. A photograph was taken of the three of them together by the hot springs. The three of them being JJ in his little jacket, Tylee smiling, and Alex Cox.
They're so cute, the two.
Standing beside them. That is the last known photograph of Tylee Ryan alive. That night, they drove back to Rexburg. Alex's cell phone records put him at Lori's apartment at 2:45 in the morning. He was there for a couple of hours. Then he went back to his own apartment. Then, after 9 a.m., his GPS placed him in Chad Daybell's backyard. He was there for over 2 hours. That same morning, Chad texted his wife Tammy. He told her he had spotted a raccoon along the fence. A few weeks later, JJ disappeared too. On October 19th, 2019, 2 months
So Alex disappeared
after
first?
Tylee's last photograph, Chad Daybell's wife, Tammy, died at home. The cause of death was listed as natural causes. She was 49 years old, though, and had no known
Do you get that shit listed?
serious health
As that?
conditions. 2 weeks after Tammy's death, Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow were married on a beach
Married? Man, at least try. At least try!
in Hawaii. November 26th, 2019, JJ's grandmother, Kay Woodcock, had not heard from her grandson in months. She contacted Rexburg police and asked them to check on the kids. Officers knocked on Lori's door. She told them JJ was fine. He was staying with a friend in Arizona. Police called that friend, and the friend said JJ was not there and had not been there. The next day, police came back. Lori and Chad were gone. They had left overnight. The storage unit Lori had been renting nearby held bikes, a scooter, winter clothing, a photo album with pictures of...
I have a question, and I just connected the dots. Are storage units in the Americas such a business because you guys don't have basements to store your shit in? So everything that would go in a normal basement unit is now put into an external storage unit? And if so, how frequent are how frequently could you find a storage unit business where it would make sense to like store your winter clothes? Because I'm just putting everything in my basement unit. Everything I'm like, I don't know where to put this. Like, this is a fucking, I found one sock, I put it in my basement unit because I'm just like, whatever. Like, because I know I can just go downstairs and get it if I need it. How long do you guys have to drive? A lot of homes have basements, but states like Florida don't have basements because we're at sea level. So is that what I think it is? Like, is the storage unit such a business because a lot of homes don't have basements?
JJ and Tylee. A nationwide search began. For months, police and the media and JJ's grandparents, who went on television and begged, tried to find out where these two children were. Lori gave no...
And yes, there are a lot of storage units around. Oh, okay. That's good at least. That you don't have to drive that. Because if I had to drive more than if I have to carry my happy ass into a car to get my winter boots, I don't have winter boots anymore. They're just gone to the wind.
interviews. when a reporter from East Idaho News cornered her in Chad in Hawaii and asked where the kids were, she said 2 words, "No comment," and kept walking. In June 2020, investigators obtained a warrant to search Chad Daybell's apartment in Salem, Idaho. They found Tylee's remains in a fire pit in the backyard. Her body had been dismembered and burned. And remember, she was
I see now.
16 years
Better?
old. They found JJ in a pet cemetery nearby. He was wrapped entirely in duct tape, head to toe.
Okay. YouTube Music was picking up the same window for some reason.
His hands, his feet, his mouth. A detective testified at Chad's preliminary hearing that the way JJ had been bound suggested he was alive when it was done. Because, as he put it, you don't go through all that trouble for someone who's already dead. JJ was 7 years old.
Was.
At trial, text messages between Lori, Chad, and Alex were entered into evidence.
Man, that evil ass looking motherfucker. Use both of your eyes. What the fuck?
Messages about eliminating zombies. Messages where Lori
I love my podcast.
refers to Tylee using that word, her own daughter. Text after text, building a theology around why these children had to die, framed as a spiritual necessity, framed as obedience to God, framed as preparation for the world that was coming. This whole story is very reminiscent of the Abraham and Isaac story.
He's keeping an eye out for both sides. Selena won't get you.
Story from the Bible, but taken too literally and modernly. That story in the first place is already pretty disturbing. At sentencing, Lori's sister, Summer, spoke out about the moment that she found out. A phone call was played for the court, her voice saying to Lori, quote, "You threw them away like garbage." Lori addressed the court and quoted Bible verses about not judging others. God. She is serving 3 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. Chad Daybell was sentenced to
It'd be the evilest bitches with the most permanent makeup on. Die.
death in June 20.
Goddamn! Your eyebrows turning green in jail. Your eyeliner already is, and that lip line is beyond saving. It's just scarring, really.
The possibility of parole. Chad Daybell was sentenced to death in June 2024. He is currently on death row in Idaho. Tylee's best friend, Vaisha, said in an interview that she never stopped hoping they were alive. That she never let herself consider that they weren't because she didn't want to. JJ's grandfather, Larry Woodcock, wept openly in the courtroom during testimony. I don't have a clean way to end this one. There isn't a clean way. 2 kids went to Yellowstone on a Sunday, and the people who were supposed to love them most had already decided in the name of God and prophecy and whatever they had built between them in that room in St. George, that they weren't really people anymore.
Church exorcism.
Arlie Naomi Proctor. Her name was Arlie Naomi Proctor. She was 3 years old. I want to just start with that and let it sit there for a second. Because everything else in this case we're going to learn about. The church, the
Why are we in Minecraft? Hey, hello, hey, Poi, why did you go to Minecraft? Hey.
ritual, the court documents, the
No. Why did you do that?
charges, all of it is
What do you mean? She's 3 years old, I'm gonna let you sit with that, and then you switch to Minecraft.
going to hit differently if you hold on to the fact that we are talking about a 3-year-old girl.
Am I bugging? Oh, Minecraft has been in the back the entire time. No, it hasn't. Wait. No, it hasn't. This is the first time! Why are we doing Minecraft? From now on, Minecraft is in the back the entire time. Why are we...
A kid who, according to her own mother in a YouTube video she posted months after her daughter's death, used to say, "I love you" so many times a day that it became its own kind of music. She was so sweet, her mother
I love it when little kids say I love you. It's so sweet.
Claudia said into the camera. "My baby was such a sweet baby." Arlie lived with her mother, Claudia Elisa Hernandez, in Mountain View, California, about 10 miles south of San Jose. We don't have a lot of public information about Arlie's life before September 24th, 2021. What we know is she was just 3.
Which is good. Keep your kids off the fucking internet.
That she normally smiled.
My niece kissed my cheek the last weekend I stayed over and I cried. My nephew is so enamored by me that he like blushes and like twirls his hair whenever I'm around. He's always blowing me a kiss. He's always like, mwah! And then when I kiss him goodbye on the cheek, he's like so stunned. He like does an actual like jaw drop stun and like waves really shyly. He is so adorable.
All the time. That her uncle, Aaron, who knew her well, would later tell police that on the day she died, she wasn't the same. That she was normally always smiling. And that in the
Right, this is about an exorcism. I was like, how did she die?
days before her death, she had started waking up at night, screaming, saying no, 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 moving her arms around. The way
This is so sad. Kids just have, she probably just had like a mental health episode.
any exhausted, frightened toddler might, for any number of completely ordinary reasons. A bad dream or a fever coming on. 3-year-olds wake up scared at night. That's just a thing that happens. But Claudia had a different explanation. She thought her daughter was possessed by a demon. There was also
That's how my niece is. I get snaps daily of her standing in her playroom asking for her redacted name, I guess. Yeah. Like, my nephew isn't old enough to talk yet, so he doesn't ask for people by name or anything. But whenever we call on the phone, he just stares like jaw slacked at the phone. Like, he doesn't even talk. CC, sure.
also something Arlie
Beepong. 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 Come here.
had apparently seen on her mother's cell phone. Something that, in Claudia's interpretation, had allowed the demon in. We don't know what Arlie saw. We don't know if she even understood what she was looking at. She was 3. But according to court documents reviewed by KRON4, that was the moment Claudia decided something was wrong. Not medically or psychologically, but spiritually. And she knew what to do about it. The church was called Iglesia Apostolis y Profetas. Iglesia Evangelica Apostolis y Profetas, to give its full name. It was a
Good pronunciation, my dude. Good pronunciation.
Apostolos y Profetas, to give its full name. It was a small Pentecostal congregation in a makeshift space at
He enunciated the fuck out of that, like, so much. Every vowel, every consonant.
1094 South 2nd Street in
Hit that shit like a beat, damn.
downtown San Jose. 25 members total.
What is this? What is this? What is this? He said, can y'all hear me good?
So it wasn't a megachurch. It wasn't some
No, bro. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he said 25. He said 25. He said 25, Pia. You don't have to count. He said 25. 25 members. You don't have to count.
massive institution with a board of doctors and a PR team. It was a small family church. And
Bettina. Yeah, whatever.
the man running it was Arlie's grandfather,
Where does the extra C go?
Rene Trigueros Hernandez, pastor, patriarch,
The mama's grandfather?
the man at the center of his family's spiritual life. He was 59 years old. He had a son, Rene Aaron Hernandez Santos, who was 19, and a daughter, Claudia. And they all believed, deeply and genuinely, that God spoke directly to them. Aaron, when police later interviewed him, talked about the gifts he believed God had given him: speaking in tongues, the ability to heal, the ability to see visions, the ability to interpret tongues, the ability to reprimand spirits.
I also have the ability to reprimand spirits, but it looks like me having my 400th ghost encounter of my life and just looking at him and being like, guys, not now. Guys, I've had a week. If we could just shelf this for now and have this be like you guys seriously need to learn how to read the room. And I know rooms look different to you than they look to me. And I know you guys aren't even like, you're technically non-spatial in this room, but we need to learn how to read it regardless. And today it's just not the day, and today I'm just not the one. So I need you guys to get it together. Okay, get a grip. And we can revisit this in like, oh gosh, I'll pencil you in for like next Tuesday. But until then, please have some decorum. That's my ability. And it works. It works. It works.
Multiple gifts. He said it plainly in a police interrogation room.
I do believe in ghosts, and I do have my ghost stories, but I do believe in ghosts in the way of like, they just exist, and sometimes they just want to be around, and sometimes you don't want them around, and you're just like, guys, not now. Or sometimes they're just around and you just accept it. Like, I had one, I don't know what it was, what person it was, but it was just like, it would freaking my hallway when I was still living with my mom. It would just freaking my hallway when I was in the bathroom, and I could just see it from the corner of my eyes when I was brushing my teeth. And I just lived with it. I was just like, you know what, fine. Like, you're not being a nuisance. You're not being a nuisance. You're not doing anything crazy, so you may exist. But to all your little friends that want to play a little prank on me, choose your time and place wisely.
With the confidence of someone describing the color of their own eyes. These weren't metaphors to him, they were real as the floor beneath him. On the evening of September 23rd, 2021, Claudia told her father what was happening with Arlie, that the girl was possessed, that something...
I'm starting to believe that these people are being photoshopped, because I think you have pores. I think I can see pores. I think like up top is where pores should be, and like over here, I think I see like the retouched version of pores.
Something had to be done. And then, according to prosecutors,
so I take everything I said about white people back.
God told Claudia something else. Something that she would later report to police almost matter-of-factly. God told her that Arlie was going to die on September 24th. And apparently, God also told her something about why. According to Deputy District Attorney Rebecca...
Sometimes I see lists like this video and go, I think it could be in one of those in a different life. Me with... Well, nobody is making videos about Muslim equivalents.
Wise's court documents. God told Claudia this was happening because she was never meant to be a mother. I'm going to say that again. God told her she was never meant to be a mother. And Claudia's response to receiving this information from God was to go to the church. Claudia also, at some point before September 24th, went shopping. She bought a funeral dress for her daughter. While Arlie was still alive. At approximately 6:30 in the morning on September 24th, Claudia brought Arlie to the church. Her brother Aaron was already there. Their father, Pastor Rene, arrived.
Literally go to hell, like actually go to hell. Not an ounce of life in their eyes. Like look at this.
At 12:20 in the afternoon.
He's especially scary.
And then,
lunchtime, rice and fish. You love your fish.
For the next 12 hours, the three of them performed what they called a ritual of liberation, what prosecutors called an exorcism, and what normal people and the coroner called a homicide. The method, according to court documents reviewed by multiple outlets, was this. They held her, one person around her neck, one around her abdomen, and one around her legs. They were trying to make her vomit, the idea being that if she could purge, the demon would leave with it. So they pried her mouth open, they squeezed her, they choked her, over and over for 12 hours. Oh my god.
12 hours? Nah, you guys need to die right now. No, actually, I hope you guys get to live a really long life that's really miserable. Because death is such an easy way out for the likes of you guys. Like a quick and painless death is such an easy way out. I hope you guys live so long and so miserable.
And Arlie fought back. This is the part of the court documents that I genuinely had to stop reading for a minute. Because what Assistant District Attorney Wise wrote in her court filing was specific. She wrote, "During this assault, Arlie
Well, it has to be specific because it's court, but it's still...
Doe fought for her life as 3 trusted adults forcibly grabbed her."
Bro, your mom. Court has to be, yeah. It's your mom, your uncle, and your grandpa. Oh my god, I forgot you were streaming. There we go. This is Millie for you guys. Hi. And then I get yelled at because you were bored. And then I get yelled at because you were bored the entire time. And you were like, what the fuck was I bored for? I went to do work? Okay, fair. As long as I don't get scolded for it later. The Millie special.
By her neck.
Bad time to come in, Millie. This is a little bit of a graphic one. If you wanna skip that really quickly for if we just wanna, I think we get the gist. I think, yeah.
Girl being held down by 3 adults trying to keep
We're watching the horrors of Christianity.
them out. At some point during
This one is about an exorcism of a little girl. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be more about like folklore.
those
I
12
guess we're
hours,
getting to, but first we're getting to the cases done in the name of Christianity.
Arlie stopped fighting. She became unresponsive. And according to investigators, none of the 3 adults attempted CPR. None of them called for an ambulance, not immediately, because they believed it was God's plan. Claudia had already been told this was coming. She had already bought the dress. The mother called 911 at 8:12 in the evening. When San Jose police officers Reyes and Porcelli arrived, they found Arlie on the floor of the church, unresponsive. First responders began life-saving measures immediately. She was transported to Valley Medical Center. At 8:59 p.m., she was pronounced dead. The medical examiner, County Chief Medical Examiner Michelle Jordan, performed the autopsy. What she found and would later testify to in court was this: bruising all over Arlie's body, her arms, her legs, her neck, blood running from her mouth, internal injuries to her brain, her heart, her pancreas, an acute hemorrhage in her trachea, brain swelling, blood in the lungs, injuries inside the mouth, marks on the neck. The cause of death was a combination of mechanical asphyxia and smothering, and the ruling was homicide. Now, here is something I want to...
Wouldn't it be first degree? I don't know what the difference between homicide and murder, to be honest, but like, first degree is premeditated, no? This is about as meditated as pre can get. No man shots.
flag. Because I think it matters for the understanding of this case fully. None of this became public for 8 months. Arlie
Correct, right?
died on September 24th, 2021. The story didn't break until May 2022, and the reason it came out at all had nothing to...
They probably got a plea deal or something. Oh, maybe. This also looks like a telltale case of religious psychosis, so they might have gone, they might have been institutionalized or something.
do with a
Or like, what's it called?
diligent investigation into what happened at that
I'm having flashbacks to having summarized textbook thick of files of shit around for main investigators and CPS. Ugh.
Church that day. It was because police were investigating a completely separate case. The kidnapping of a baby boy named Brandon Queller, and that investigation happened to intersect with the same church.
Was? The same 25 members church?
When investigators started looking at Iglesia Apostoles y Profetas in connection with the kidnapping, they found the records of what had happened to Arlie. A child died in a church in downtown San Jose, and it sat there.
They just found it because of they were investigating a different case, a different child kidnapping, and otherwise they would have never figured it out.
Unknown for 8 months until a different crime accidentally uncovered it.
That's insane.
Claudia was arrested in January 2022 on felony child abuse charges. Aaron and the pastor Rene were arrested in May 2022 after the coroner's report, which
Ain't that how they got that one TikToker's pedo sister? What does that mean? I don't think I've heard about that case. They were investigating a different pedo and found out about her? What?
took until then to finalize, confirmed that their physical actions had directly caused Arlie's death. All three were charged with felony child abuse resulting
They were both teachers.
in death. All three have pleaded not guilty. When police interviewed Claudia in the days after Arlie's death before the arrests, she spoke to them. And what she said is documented in the court filings. She told a lieutenant that God had taken Arlie because she was not meant to be a mother. When asked how she felt about this, her response, according to the filing, was, quote, "I've learned to accept what it is." In a separate recorded phone call speaking with her brother about the situation, Claudia said, "It's going to look like we intended to kill her, but we did not." 9 months after Arlie's death, Claudia posted a long video to YouTube. She talked about her daughter. She said she wasn't ready to speak in detail about what happened, that she felt misunderstood. Holy fuck. She said, and these are her words, quote, "My baby was such a sweet baby. She was so sweet, like she would tell me I love you so many times. If you weren't there, you don't know what happened." Unquote. She was arrested
Dumb bitch, that's putting it kindly.
a few days after the video went up. Aaron, in his police interview, talked about the moment Arlie became unresponsive. He reflected on his gifts from God, his gift to heal. And then he said something that the court documents quote directly, and that I find genuinely one of the hardest sentences to read in this entire case. Arlie's death made him question his gift to heal. Not question whether he had hurt her, and not question whether the ritual was just wrong, question whether the gift still worked. The defense, for its part, has made two arguments. The first is that there is no intent to kill, that these three people...
It's crazy that there are defense attorneys for this. Like, who is taking that case? Who's taking that case? And if you're a defense attorney, you're just, like, trying to reduce the sentence. Like, just say yes, guilty. Done. Done. It's filling me with indescribable rage, like, so much. I hope she gets jumped to fucking jail. Oh, she will. Oh, she will. That's the only good thing. That's why I hope she lives a long, 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 long life in jail. I hope she survives until her late 90s. Because these bitches will not be kind to her.
genuinely believed they were helping a possessed
None of these people will be having a good time.
child,
Ever again.
not harming a healthy one. Claudia's defense attorney told the judge at the preliminary hearing, and this is a direct quote, "A critical issue in this case is intentional versus unintentional. Intent is at the heart of this case. All three defendants said they had no intent to hurt Arlie." Unquote. The second argument is weird.
It doesn't make sense though, because you can say you had no intent to hurt Arlie, but you thought that she was possessed and that you needed to kill the demon inside of her. Like, so obviously some sort of like hurtful planning was involved, even if you don't think you wanted to hurt Arlie the person, but you wanted to hurt the demon inside of her, whatever. Like, it's not something that the defense can just say that they didn't intend to hurt her, because they very clearly, like, that was the forefront of the intent. It's like excusing a cult leader because they think they're God and saving you and cut you to pieces. Yeah. How do you even come to the conclusion that a child is possessed? Like, I think it was because she woke up at 3 a.m. screaming. I think maybe Arlie even had, like, a little bit of a mental health issue, which isn't that bad. And I feel bad for every child that has a lot, like, a religious support system that doesn't believe in mental health, but rather believes it to be, like, a sign of, like, religion or a god or whatever. Like, no, you just need some antipsychotics and you'll be fine. Like, even if it's the extreme of having a mental health episode and not just she's a child, she's gonna scream sometimes. Like, even if it is that extreme, it is just a mental health episode. It's nothing a few meds and a little bit of therapy and stuff and loving care can't fix.
And I don't know, I mean, I didn't even know if I wanted to include it in this video, but the defense attorneys have argued that the investigation and prosecution were tainted by racism. Specifically, they say,
bro, like, I understand that defense attorneys sometimes take cases or are assigned, especially if you're like a public defense attorney, are assigned to cases that don't reflect their morals or their stance on the actual verdict or whatever, or, you know, like, they don't think that this person isn't guilty. In this case, though, like, I would have been like, okay, whatever, cutting you some slack. You have to be someone has to be their defense attorney, but you can't just sit here and say that. Like, as their defense attorney, you can sit there and say, we're willing to take this plea deal. We're willing to plead guilty on those charges. Even if you say the bullshit with no intent to kill or whatever, just say cut and dry, no intent to kill. That's why we're looking for life in prison. Maybe with a possible, like, I don't know what lawyers do. Like, just say cut and dry, because you're not getting out of jail with your fucking client. Why even say shit like that? Not to count, she could have just been having nightmares and waking up screaming. Loki, yeah. Like, she could have, like, best case scenario, quote unquote, is she's just a girl that is 3 years old and had a nightmare. Worst case scenario, quote unquote, she had a mental health episode. Both things, not that big a deal. Yeah. It could have been so simple, but even if it's not that simple, it's still so simple, you know? Like, it's still so simple. It's still not the end of the world.
by bias against Salvadoran immigrant Christians whose faith, in their words, is centered in an absolute belief in divine supernatural intervention. And they asked the court to throw the case out on those grounds. Which, I mean, I know I'm a white person saying this, but, like, you killed a toddler. Like, you don't get to say that people are...
I was scared of really mundane shit sometimes. As a baby, I woke my dad up 2 or 3 times when I was little for the same shit. Yeah, I can't speak because I was in therapy when I was 3, so I already had, like, a lot of terrors and horrors that kept me up at night, which I went to therapy for. But, like, I could have been that baby, bro. Like, I have mental health episodes. I had mental health episodes when I was 3. Not the end of the world. I'm just a kid with a mental illness.
Calling you out for that just because you're Salvadoran, right? Santa Clara County District Attorney Jeff Rosen said it like this, quote, "A child is gone because of unimaginable behavior by the same people who should have been taking care of her." And I want to say before moving on anymore, I want to make this clear. I know that the title of this video and everything could be used to be cheap, like to use cases like this for ammunition against Christianity. Most Pentecostal Christians and most Christians, full stop, would look at what happened in that church and feel the same thing that you feel right now, horror and grief. The recognition that whatever happened in that
I thought we were saying horrors of Christianity, like the lore behind the Bible and like the gruesome moments and Cain and Abel and how much of religion is rooted in body horror and stuff. Like, that's such an interesting topic to me. But I guess this is more of a true crime one. He said he would touch on folklore a little bit later on, I think. But I would genuinely love a video that touches on the innate horror portrayed in religious lore. I think this is just a video about religious psychosis. Low-key, I think so too now.
room was not faith. But I also think that there's a question.
Which is also interesting in its own right, but if I had known it was a psychosis video, I would have been in the psychosis mindset, you know? But now I'm in, like, the horror, lore, I can't pronounce that word, you're gonna have to forgive me.
Question worth sitting with. Not about whether Claudia and Aaron and Rene were evil people. The question that keeps pulling at me is about what happens when a belief system contains no mechanism for doubt. When the instruction is not to question but to accept. When a child screams no, no, no in her sleep.
What's Pentecostal?
And the framework you've been given says that's a demon, not a toddler having a
I know he said it a few times, but I don't get what it is.
nightmare. When God tells you that your daughter will die.
Is that like a region?
And the framework tells you accept God's plan. Arlie clamped her mouth shut. She fought. For 12 hours with 3 adults holding her down, she fought. She was 3 years old and she did not stop trying to get away. I don't have anything to add to that. I really don't. Annalise Mike.
You know what's crazy? Hold on, I'm getting more water. You know what's crazy? Like, I'm gonna speak for Turkish people because that's a culture I can speak on. One second. Like, we have, like, coffee ground readings and stuff, right? Or, like, hand readings, I think, even. But coffee grounds being the most popular. There is a rule where you're not allowed to give people bad news. Even if it says in your coffee grounds that, like, someone you know will pass away or whatever. Like, you're just... It's frowned upon to be able to, or like to be the one to deliver that news, because like you just shouldn't meddle in this way, right? So what happens when you say can read coffee grounds and you see that like one of your close friends child or whatever will pass away? Like, do you tell them, do you not tell them? It's like this moral dilemma. And it's, you can have like a divine thing telling you that a child is going to die. Like, let's just use this example because it's a situation that my grandma found herself in. So in both cases, like, some divine being, let's say, told a human that a child was going to die soon. Do you just let that child, like, do not interfere in fate? If you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like, it's just a thing of, like, even if a god tells you that, what makes you think that you would be, you would have any say in she was the same age as my niece. Oh. Hi, welcome in. What you're talking about right now is a very trolley problem. Low-key it is. I think my grandma back in the day, she decided to Well, actually, I don't remember. She read her best friend's coffee ground, and it said something about her son passing away soon. I genuinely cannot remember if my grandma decided to tell her or not, but what did happen is it came true later, and ever since that day my grandma didn't touch coffee grounds again because she was scared. I hope it will rain today. I haven't seen the snails in a while. I would welcome some rain so much. It's gotten way too hot again around here. But yeah. What was I saying? I kind of lost my train of thought, but it's like, even if a divine being is telling you that, you just, like, accept it as a part of life and you just keep living on. You don't make that child's life worse. For me, it's cold. I'm in Australia. Right. You guys have winter now, which is crazy. I feel like I would benefit from a summer house in Australia that I frequent when it's summer here, so I can have an eternal winter. It's kind of like that Greek myth where the son was gonna kill his father. I don't know that one. So he sent his son away, and that's why his son killed him or something. Oh. Oh. Look, yeah.
Michael was born on September 21st, 1952.
No, this looks like... Did you guys see that? I thought I caught that.
In Bavaria. She grew up in a house 1st, 1952, in Bavaria.
That's my neighbor.
She grew up in a household where Mass happened twice a week, where the reforms of the Second Vatican Council were dismissed as too lenient, and where sin was taken very seriously.
Dean Winchester, what are you doing? I personally don't believe in fate because if I do, my OCD will actually kill me to death, so I have to fight this demon mentally, which is why I'm in the same boat as you, which is why I will never accept anyone doing tarot readings or coffee ground readings of me. Coffee grounds, I didn't let my family read of me because I was scared they will out me as a lesbian back in the day, but I also just don't fuck with the notion that something could predict my death. That's where super hell came from. That's where gay super hell came from, yes?
Seriously. Not as metaphor, but as weight. 4 daughters, strict parents, deep faith. When she was 16, 4 daughters.
God damn, you look German. Like, these are the most German-looking people. I went to school with 3 of you.
Strict parents, deep faith. When she was 16, she collapsed. A severe convulsion, her first. Doctors diagnosed her with temporal lobe epilepsy, then depression, then...
I let my friend read my palm once, never again. I let a man on a beach read my palm when I was 6. And I've been cursed ever since. And I believe it. I had to spend like an hour or 2 reading scientific articles disproving palm reading so I could figure out. Yeah. I just got cursed forever, and that's just what it is. He said you will always have to choose the second option you think of, and from this point on, I'm failing all of my 50-50s. This girl looks like my mom. Okay. On screen. Okay.
Psychosis. Over the next several years, Annalise cycled through psychiatric hospitals, through prescriptions, anticonvulsants, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, through diagnoses.
Did they have those back in the day?
That kept shifting because nothing was actually working. By the time she was 20, she was suicidal.
I think the worst thing, when I think about this, it genuinely makes my stomach hurl, about Yule times isn't dying from a common cold. It's having a mental illness. If I think about having a mental illness without therapy or my meds, like my meds is the biggest part. If I think about raw dogging this mental illness without my meds, I would pass away, bro. I would just, oh my god, my god. And I don't even have one of the worst ones. I just have generalized anxiety and like depression and CPTSD, which is like, I have a milder form of CPTSD that doesn't really give me, like, doesn't cripple me from participating in society. Imagine having a more severe form of mental illness in ye old days. Oh, I would be on the news. I would be on the news. A paper boy would have to sing my name from the rooftops. I read a lot of old psych handbooks because they're kind of so interesting, and they always make me so glad for where we are now with psychology. Like, actually, like, it's not even medicine back in the day being so behind. I could fuck with, or like, if I was just the victim of medical malpractice that led to my untimely death and I led a okay life before that, shrug. But raw dogging life, and these people wouldn't let you go. Like, you couldn't just silently kill yourself or whatever. Like, these people would put you in so many institutions and whatever, like, where you just got abused and you just still had to raw dog it. I raw dog my shit frequently and joke about it because I lose the pill bottles, but like, mama, if there was no option.
She was hearing.
Not even there was no option, like, it's not even like, I have to get my prescription refilled. It's just like, there is no prescription. Prescription of what? The thoughts and prayers? Also, a lot of the mental illnesses were bullshit. The one illness where the doctors prescribed women a case of fingering.
Voices. She was seeing.
But you can tell. Like, they had a runaway child syndrome in the DSM-2, which was just like, the symptoms are that you ran away from home. So, we have a symptom that's called smiling with a hat on, or you're just like smiling with a hat on.
Was hearing voices. She was seeing what she described as devil faces appearing throughout the day. She had developed a violent aversion.
The first few DSM volumes are so funny. Should we do a DSM, like, first DSM volume read along? A lot of it just sounds like someone's coworker they hate. This next illness is called Mark, and it's like if you're Mark from accounting. In which case, fuck you.
Aversion to religious objects, crucifixes, holy water, sacred spaces, which, depending on who you ask, was either a symptom of her illness.
Wasn't she the girl that is from the movie The Exorcism? If I remember correctly, she was also called Anneliese, no? And she was also from Bavaria.
Or the first sign of something else entirely. She also, importantly, believed she was possessed.
They just kind of label shit. There isn't really diagnostic criteria. It's more like the intent was more to give nurses an idea of how to catalog things.
This wasn't something imposed
just a grocery list
on her from the outside. Anneliese believed it herself, and she wanted an exorcism. The family had tried the medical...
No, she's genuinely the girl that one movie was based on. I just don't remember which movie that... I don't remember if it was just cut and dry The Exorcism, but it is... She is one of the... She is that. In the DSM-3, they apologize for the DSM-1. What a do sucking so bad for like 3 pages. Guys, we are seriously so sorry. Like, my notes app apology, but it's the DSM-3.
Root for fun.
Next time I fuck up and cancel culture gets me, I'm not gonna post an apology. You're gonna have to wait for the next volume of the DSM to hear how I fucked up.
5 years. Nothing had...
Pia canceled for saying white people look the same. Find out about what she said about it in the DSM-6.
Improved. If anything, things had gotten worse. And so they turned to the church.
I genuinely think that she's the girl from the movie.
Priest who initially visited her, Father Ernst Alt, came away convinced she was not epileptic. A second elderly Jesuit, Father Adolf Roderick, agreed. Together they made the case to the Diocese of Würzburg.
Are there still kids being named Adolf? There have to be, right? There are 8 billion people on the planet. But like, and I mean kids. But like, not kids, but like ages 0 to, let's say, 45. Sure, there are some, but...
This was genuine demonic possession and required the church's formal response. In September 1975, the Bishop of Würzburg, Joseph...
Oh yeah, out of rotation mostly for sure, but I think there gots to be like one annually, no? Or like one every 5 years.
Strangl authorized the exorcism. He approved it under one...
Würzburg? Bishop of Würzburg.
of Strangl authorized the
I was looking at apartments in Würzburg. It's a very quaint town.
exorcism. He approved it under one condition: total secrecy. Salvatore...
I think neo-Nazis probably name their kids Adolf all the time. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. I was kind of so woke right now that I forgot they still existed. Like, damn.
Korean priest Father Arnold Rentz was appointed to lead the rites. Father Alt would assist. On September 24th, 1975, they performed the first session. There would be 67 in total. 1 to 2 sessions.
Nobody say anything. Nobody say anything. Just comment on how huge that number is.
Per week, each lasting up to 4 hours over 10 months. 42 of them were recorded on audio tape. Those recordings still exist, and they are, depending on your framework, either deeply disturbing evidence of a young woman in the grip of severe untreated psychiatric illness, or something else. And I mean, I guess I'll let you decide. What's documented on those tapes is this.
She's the girl from the movie!
Voices that don't sound like Annalise's normal voice. Deep, guttural switching registers. At various points she claimed, or something through her claimed, to be 6 separate demons. Lucifer, Cain, Judas Iscariot, Nero, Adolf Hitler, and a 16th century priest named Fleischmann who had been excommunicated for misconduct. Father Alt
How does she know him?
was particularly disturbed by the Fleischmann identification, because he believed Annalise had no way of knowing who that was.
Yeah, how the fuck does she know him? The Exorcist. Yes, I said that 80 times! Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's listening to me, and this is proof. I don't know. Don't ask me about anything Bible I've never read. I wanted to read the Bible once as like a book. As like a fantasy book. But then I saw how long it was, and I already read the Korean version of the Bible, which is Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. So I thought I kind of did my dues, you know?
Was. The prosecution at the trial that would follow
I'm trying to navigate an awful traffic. Okay, fair.
had a different explanation. She referred to herself in the plural during sessions, saying,
I only keep up with this because they're like my distant relatives. These people? Here? This one? This case? Oh, no, the Bush family.
"We are
Okay.
the demons." They said this was dissociation, that the voices, the names, the strange knowledge, these were the documented symptoms of epileptic psychosis interacting.
I was scared because earlier you said she looks like your mom, so I thought you found out something in the room while we were watching this video. I saw ORV in Books a Million. I thought of you. Oh, I have to get ORV. Loki, I don't think I'm gonna get ORV the books until I move because I want to display them on shelves. Like, okay, I want to get the they're printing the webtoon version, they're printing the manhwa version. I have the first volume of the printed version. I got it as a birthday gift, but they're also printing the novel. and I want to collect all of the versions to display on my shelf, but I don't want to get them. Like, I could get them now, it wouldn't be much of a difference, but I don't have a shelf right now to place them on, so I think I'm just gonna wait. Palantines. What's the Palantines?
With a lifetime of immersion in Catholic theology. She knew the names because she had grown up in a world saturated with them. The devil and his associates
Yeah, maybe that dude was just like it was just a common household name.
were as familiar
Like the name G-Dragon rings a bell to like K-pop stans, but like ask your average Joe and they wouldn't know. So you are aiming to get them? Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, they will be mine. They will not only be mine, I will shoulder the horrible localization of the names to read it in book form.
to her as family members. Meanwhile, outside the session room,
Oh, NRW! Nordrhein-Westfalen? G-Dragon hate that man, same. Some say he is the devil also.
Annalise was deteriorating.
Damn, what happened to your eyes, girl?
She stopped eating. She genuflected compulsively. There are accounts of her performing 500 deep knee bends in a single
What's genuflecting? That's a crazy word.
day, until her knees gave out and fractured. She tore off her clothes during sessions. She bit herself. She ate insects. She drank her own urine. She banged her head against walls until the family had to restrain her. And she keeps
Gonna keep you on low volume while I grocery shop? Hell yeah.
saying, with increasing conviction, that she was going to die, that her death was necessary, that she was sacrificing herself to atone for the sins of apostate priests and wayward youth. Her parents stopped consulting
This poor woman, like, actually, this is one of the crazier bouts of mental illness I've seen portrayed, or, like, laid bare before me.
doctors at Annalise's own request, because she had decided the medical world had nothing left to offer her, and the priests hadn't said otherwise. Doctors would later testify that she could have been saved before her death, days before her death, with hospitalization and force feeding, that the window was open right up until it wasn't.
Up your mic if you can. I can't, actually, it's on full volume. My manager keeps hounding me about my volume issues, but I don't know how to fix it right now, and I'm too lazy to. Bum bum bum! Loki, I'm also just far away from my mic. I need a mic stand that isn't on my phone. I need one of those arms so I can have it up to my mouth, because I like to lean away. The horrors of being a peepee. Did you guys know that the dude was loud but you were quiet? I can just make the dude quieter and you guys can make me louder in return. Deal? Deal? I thought it was my car. I genuinely have no time in the world to audio monitor. You guys are just gonna have to let me know and I can do like DIY fixes, but until I don't get richer, nay. Did you guys know that when you have a starving person in front of you, they can die from food because like their metabolism can't keep up and it could send them into shock?
On June 30th,
So if you have a starving person in front... Vas! Baba! Yeah. Ah. So if you have a starving person in front of you, you have to like slowly feed them crackers and stuff to build up their tolerance to food again.
1976, Father Renz performed the 67th and final session. Annalise was so weak by that point that her parents had to physically support her through the genuflections. She could barely stand. On the tape, she speaks for the last time. First, she tells the priests to beg for absolution. Then she turns to her mother, and she says, "Mother, I'm afraid." On the morning of July 1st, 1976, Annalise Michael died at home. She was 23 years old. The coroner
These images used to scare me so much. These ones. because they were used by people being like, this is the real girl from the exorcism, and that's when I still thought that this was real. But now that, like, hearing the backstory of her, I feel so sad. Like, these images make me sad. I'm not scared of them anymore, they're just sad.
Michael died at home. She was 23 years old. The coroner recorded her weight at 68 pounds. Her knees were fractured, her teeth were broken.
68 pounds?
She had bruises across her body and black eyes.
What's that, 30-something kilograms?
Cause of death, malnutrition and dehydration. Ruling, homicide. The state charged all four, her parents, Joseph and Anna Michael, and both priests, Alt and Rins, with negligent homicide. The Catholic Church financed the priest's defense. The parents hired Erich Schmidt-Leichner, a prominent attorney who would
Nay.
award the Nuremberg trials. The trial opened March
Are you okay?
30th, 1978, and drew intense public attention across Germany and beyond. The prosecution's argument was straightforward. Anneliese had documented psychiatric diagnoses. The exorcisms had not treated those diagnoses, they had replaced treatment. The people responsible for her care had watched her starve and done nothing, and then she died. The defense's argument was also in its own way straightforward. The German Constitution protects freedom of religious practice. The exorcism had been approved by the church. All parties had acted in sincere religious good faith.
Where was this?
And then, the defense played the tapes in court. All those recorded sessions. The voices, the names, the guttural sounds. Let the jury sit with that and tell us that that was just illness. The priests went further. They told the court the demons had been successfully expelled, that the exorcism had worked. The evidence they offered for this was that Anneliese died shortly afterward. In April 1978, all four defendants were convicted of negligent homicide. Each received a 6-month suspended sentence and was ordered to share the legal costs. No one served a day in prison. The sentences were actually stiffer than what the prosecution had requested. The state had only asked for fines against the priests.
A day.
And had suggested the parents be found guilty but not punished, given that they had already, in the words of German law, suffered enough. After the verdict, Anneliese's parents
That's the thing. That's true. If you technically cause like an accident or something that causes you to lose your loved ones, and puts you in like intense emotional distress, sometimes courts will either completely forego, if they can determine that it was a genuine accident and just a mishap, they will sometimes forego sentencing or have a lighter sentencing, because they believe that you are already suffering enough with just the guilt of what you've caused.
Body exhumed. Which
I think is fair, not gonna lie. Obviously there's still trial, like they're not just willy-nilly doing that, but there's still a trial, there's still interrogations, and if they can determine that this is the case, then yeah.
Their belief shared by some followers who had begun making...
In this case, I'm not entirely sure if it's true, because like the parents were like kind of on board with it and they didn't seem to suffer that much. Like, this is not an accident. This was 67 sessions.
Pilgrimages to her grave in Klingenberg was that her body might have been preserved, a sign of sainthood. Authorities examined the remains. The body had decayed normally. No official photographs were released. Her grave is still a pilgrimage site today. People leave flowers. Some pray there, convinced that she was not...
What's the town name?
To her grave in Klingenberg.
Klingenberg. Quaint town, that one. Let's say... Yeah, that's barely Bavaria anymore, but sure. It's closer to Frankfurt. If what I'm seeing right now is true.
Was that her body might have been preserved, a sign of sainthood. Authorities examined the remains. The body had decayed. Pilgrimage site. Ill, but genuinely possessed, genuinely martyred, genuinely holy. The Vatican, for its part, revised its guidelines after the case, requiring stricter medical and psychological vetting before any exorcism can be officially approved. The part of this case...
Also, low-key, you can fuck with exorcisms if they're like... It's like a maximum 3 sessions thing, like 20 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour maybe, and it's just a bunch of chanting and blessing and what have you, you know? Like waving a Bible over their head and like spritzing them with a water gun of holy water. Like that's not causing anyone much harm. Anything beyond that, I think you can say, okay, let's get you to an institution.
That is the most disturbing to me, is that this was a...
Fuck Popmar, I just cut the fuck out of my finger on this box, oh my god.
Scenario. This was a place, an environment, where a young woman saying, "Mother, I'm afraid," is heard as the demon's last resistance, not as a real person asking for help. Annalise believed her death meant something. And maybe it gave her comfort in her final months to believe that. I don't want to take that from her. But she was sick. She was treatable. And every system that should have caught her, the church, her family, the doctors who eventually stopped being consulted, let the framework close around her until there was no way out.
It's unfortunate, but then you also look at how many lobotomies were performed, you know, and how many victims are of that, and it's just like, okay, damn.
Stoll, Kansas. A small, ruined church in rural Kansas that somehow became known as one of the 7 gateways to hell. And I think the story of how that happened is actually worth your time, because it says something real about how fear works. And specifically about how fear works when it wraps itself around Christianity. Let's start.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere that I thought this video would be like. I have like a curse. Every time I watch, or like every time I watch an unassuming video in my free time, because sometimes I like to save the very good sounding videos for stream, right? But then I watch the more unassuming ones, by myself, by my lonesome. They turn out to be such bangers. I'm like, wow, this is great. I would never have expected this to be such a profound layout of like this entire deep dive. And then the things where I'm actually like, ooh, this sounds fucking banger, and I watch them with you guys on stream, halfway through we realize it's not at all what's on the box, and it's low-key a little bit boring.
Stoll actually...
Lobotomies were deeply misogynistic, and I believe you. I don't know how, because I haven't read up on that, but I believe you. Wholeheartedly, and I'm not even surprised. Matter of fact, Sucker Punch had me terrified. I would have to get a lobotomy if I talked about my mental health when I was 12. Sucker Punch? What's Sucker Punch?
Stoll, Kansas really is not a town. It is an unincorporated community of a few dozen people sitting between Lawrence...
A few dozen people?
...and Topeka, about 13 miles east of the state capital. It was founded in the 1850s by German and Pennsylvania Dutch settlers under the name Deer Creek Community. In 1867, they built a small stone church on a hillside above a cemetery, the Evangelical Emmanuel Church, where services were held in...
Lobotomies are performed disproportionately on women, and many women weren't even mentally ill, just unhappy in their marriages. Yeah. Yep. A movie about this girl getting institutionalized. Oh, I never heard of it. But yeah. But like, hysteria was also like just a crazy diagnostic to wave around.
German until 1908. The church...
It was really easy to just dump a woman off to get institutionalized. Yep. I believe that wholeheartedly. I think I read about that a little bit too. It was believed that lobotomies made women better wives. Oh yeah. actually, now that you're saying this, I can put two and two together, and I can understand why they would say that. And I fear, if you look at the current diet culture of having women thin and weak, and how EDs can affect brain matter as well, it's just the same thing with a different name.
Served the community until 1922, when they raised enough money to build a new, larger wooden structure across the road. The old stone church was abandoned.
And they weren't their own people, so they couldn't get themselves out. Yeah, that's... I'll forever think about... Sometimes a few Tumblr posts just stick with you. I will forever think about that Tumblr post that talked about how the divorce rate kept rising in recent generations, and how they're so glad that it's rising, and how it's such a good thing that we are finally having insane divorce rates, because it means that women finally have the agency to divorce their abusive husbands, and get out of situations that our mothers, our grandmothers, our grandgrandmothers could not get out of.
And over the following...
Have you guys ever think about the fact that trauma can be inherited? Or trauma is inherited, and how violent women were being treated, like how violent everything was for women? Like everything. Like everything. Well, yes. Yeah, I think about that a lot. I wish there was a study on it, but trauma's generational. I just wish there was a study on how bad it is. Like how bad it trickles down, because this is violence that's passed down, not through 3 generations, not through 4 generations. This is violence that only got lighter as it got passed down, but the trauma is just accumulating, I think. But scientists don't want to do any fucking research on women. We know that much by putting lead in our period products, testing medicine on men only, like whatever. And men say they have it worse because they go to war. Like,
decades, it slowly fell.
Like, I think it's less dangerous to go to war in 1918, or like not less dangerous. You have just about the same chance of death as being drafted and dying in the war as you are at dying at the hands of your husband. Them finding whatever about endometriosis like a couple of months after figuring out men can get it. Like, please don't piss me off. Please don't piss me off.
Apart. The post office that put Stoll on any map at all was named after its first postmaster, a man named...
Also, don't quote me on that, what I just said. I could believe it to be true.
Sylvester.
I did not look at any statistics for that.
Stoll. It opened in 1899 and closed 4 years later. The name stuck, though. That's the whole story of how Stoll got its name. A postmaster named Sylvester. The community had its share of real tragedy.
If I had it my way, I would just sit down and have like a whole stream about misogyny. But I would have to prepare for it. And everyone can share their experiences, and we can all mull over how bad it is.
Over the years, a boy named Oliver...
And I would be tuned in, damn right. I would have you on my guest panel of speakers.
...to a field his father was burning and died. Later, a man went missing and was found hanging from a tree. Both incidents happened near a road that appeared on old maps of Stoll as Devil's Road, a name that was eventually changed. Tragic things, the kind that leave marks on a small community's memory. But here's the thing, none of that became legend until a college student...
Pia and her angry witch cousin discuss misogyny. Yeah. And then we got crucified by the VTuber community.
Wrote a newspaper article. In November 1974, a writer named Jane Penner published a piece...
Your name is Jane Penner and you're a writer? God damn! That shit got put into your cradle, my man. I love it when people stay true to their names, bro. Like, I love it. You said what's my last name? Penner? Bet. Give me a fucking piece of paper. Hysterical women trope has always been a weapon against us because even if we say we have a medical issue, we're not listened to. Yeah. I mean, we say medicine is so advanced, but go into a doctor's office as a woman today. Today, in 2026. Today. Go to a doctor. Say you have a set of symptoms that 1% overlap with period ailments. 1%. 1%. And watch you get sent back home with an ibuprofen. My misogyny big one is me being the most accomplished of the grandkids on dad's side and the oldest, but because I'm not a grandson, it doesn't matter. And that's like, yeah. My friend almost got murdered by her dentist because he wouldn't listen to her when she said she couldn't have the numbing agent because of her heart condition and it would kill her. And he tried to secretly give it to her anyways. Now you gotta die. He gotta die. He gotta die. In this case, what stops you from killing your dentist dead? The law? I don't think so. Because guess what's also against the law? Giving me something that would kill me, attempted murder, when I already told you that I didn't. Oh my god. Alpine divorces. It makes me so mad. I think every man that attempts an Alpine divorce should be charged with attempted murder, because this is what it is. That's what it is. What do you mean? You want to break up with your girlfriend, and the way you do it is you go hiking with her in a remote area with no cell service, and you leave her when she is not looking. Like, it's not even you break up with her up there and then you, like, choose to go your separate ways. You leave her in the dust. You say, like, you wait until she has to go pee, or you say you have to go pee and you just book it. And leave her to find her own way down. Didn't that one basketball lesbian do this? Don't ask me. I don't know. My misogyny big one is in the 70s. My grandma was the breadwinner for the family and made all the money, but the bank wouldn't let her get her own credit card without asking permission from my grandpa, who didn't make any money because he was in school. Oh my god. Oh my god. If I was the grandpa, like, if I was a man, I would be so embarrassed. Because, like, why are the banks putting me on my spot? If the banks were like, no, man, we have to ask your husband for permission, and you're the husband, and you're like a bum-ass bitch, like, nothing against your grandpa, but like, you're currently the bum-ass bitch student while your hot wife is being the sexy breadwinner, and then the bank comes on, and they're like, sir, actually, we have a quick question. Can your hot, successful wife open a bank account? And you, bum-ass loser, are just like, sure. What the fuck are you asking me for? I don't have any fucking money. If it wasn't for my hot, beautiful, sexy, successful wife, I would be eating ramen noodles dry. You know? My grandpa literally was like, why the fuck are they asking me? Like, I would be so embarrassed. Like, why the fuck are you putting me on the spot like that? You know I don't have money. You know I don't have money. Why the fuck would you ask me? You're just rubbing salt in the wound, huh? My friend is definitely allergic to iodine, and when she was having my nephew and that doctor almost killed her and my nephew both not listening. Like, this is scary, this is scary, this is scary. And then you think about the fact that black women are even more medically mistreated. Like, if we just walk into a doctor's office, we have like a 50-50 chance of being listened to, and like a probably lower chance of it being a deadly mistake. Black women, it's just a constant. Like, it's like breathing air. They get mistreated medically. Black women, I think, have the highest mortality rate for childbirth. Childbirth. Today. Like, please. It is still a common belief among doctors that black people do not experience pain as intensely as white people. Like, you have to be fucking kidding me. Today. Why wouldn't they? Why the fuck wouldn't they? Black women also get misdiagnosed horribly for mental illnesses because of racial stereotypes. Like, I told you, no, I'm telling you, the second I found out about like the medical mistreatment of black women and how dangerous it is. Oh my god, that's a horror movie in its own right. Wait, what about Hysteria?
In the universe.
Ah! Hold on. The hysterical women thing also helps men in not taking women seriously when they bring up issues of misogyny in the first place because we're just emotional and overdramatic. Yeah. Yeah. My cousin also couldn't get diagnosed with autism or ADHD because they said she couldn't have those since she's Asian. Woke Pia and the woke mods. Till the day I die, brother. Till the day I die. Also, stuff like the BMI is entirely based around European white men. Yes, I knew that part. I knew that part, that the BMI is so unreliable. Yeah, that checks out. That's some dumb shit a doc would say. Like, actually... And I have less bad experiences with female doctors, and I have less bad experiences, even less bad experiences than that, with female non-white doctors than I have with male doctors. The thing is, the spectrum is male white doctors. This is I don't trust, I have bad experiences. This is here's I trust, I have good experiences. Male white doctors, male non-white doctors, because you being a man is worse, or like puts you in a more arrogant spot than you not being white. Female white doctors and female non-white doctors, because being a man will make you more dismissive than being white in medical fields. And that's my own personal experience. Mind you, white people didn't even believe in germs when Egypt was years ahead of them, yeah. Mind you, white people doggy paddled until native people proved there were better ways to swim? Nay. Nay. Oh my god.
Kansan, the student newspaper of the University of Kansas, titled Legend of Devil Haunts Tiny Town. The article claimed that Stoll Cemetery was one of the two places on Earth where the devil appeared in person twice a year, Halloween and the spring equinox. It described the place as haunted by legends of diabolical supernatural happenings that had supposedly been passed down through generations. Here's the problem with that. When local residents of Stoll and the surrounding area were asked about these generational legends, they said they had never heard any of them, not one. The stories, as best as anyone could trace, did not exist before the article. That article is Stoll. That is the entire origin point. What happened next is a near-perfect case study in how a legend builds. The article spread among University of Kansas students.
Hold on, text. Happy spring, everyone come meet the devil. I think it's crazy how I can know what's going on because I get some illness crazy regular to recognize it's happening to get medicine for it. And then I got Adderall by going to my psych, like, hi, here's XYZ and symptoms and the family history, and he went, okay, sick, here you go, while you're in school, and then we can adjust when you're out.
People started driving out to the cemetery on Halloween to see the devil.
Why the genuine fuck are we playing Minecraft? We've been playing Minecraft since the case of the 3-year-old, by the way, which is why I had a fucking mental breakdown about why we're suddenly playing. Mind you, in the first one, we weren't playing Minecraft. But immediately in the second one, we started playing Minecraft. And it pissed me the hell off. And then we played Minecraft henceforth ever since. So, Mr. Poi, P-O-I, I need you to... Manager would like the volume of the video up by 5%. Manager, I love you. You can stick it up your butt. I'm not doing 5%. How the fuck am I gonna do 5% on OBS? Like, please, what the fuck even is 5%? What the fuck even is 5%? Just give it a nudge.
ADPs in the Kansas City Times picked up the story and
Please, I love you so much. I'm genuinely not the one today. I'm not the one to be nitpicked by today.
elaborated, adding a tale about a stable hand murdering a mayor in the 1850s, which gave the legend a bloody backstory. The only problem is that Stoll was never incorporated as a town, and therefore never had a mayor. The murder never happened. Nobody corrected it. The story just kept growing. By the time the legends had fully accumulated, the version being passed around University of Kansas.
Can we watch Cambrian Chronicles next? What's Cambrian Chronicles? Okay, now I feel bad. I was a little bit aggro. I love you, manager. I'm playing Sudoku. I don't want to read captions. Okay, fine. Fine. Here. Silly Welsh history.
The storms went something like this. Quote, "They say that in the basement of the abandoned church in Stoll, Kansas, there is a..."
Do you guys get heat aggression? I get so bad heat aggression. I turn into a monster for like 5 seconds and then I feel bad about it. I'm sorry, sometimes I lash out. And then I'm like, I remember that I'm a human that can influence the moods of other humans. My Omega, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Sorry, I'm just starting. I'm just like starting to sweat again, and the wetness of my hair is starting to heat up a little bit, and the condensation is sticking to my brain, and like now I get told to up the volume by 5%, and I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do 5% on a fucking video on OBS where it's already 100%? I don't know what to do, bro. I just and then I'm just like, you know what? No, let me be kind. It's not my manager's fault. They just want to play Sudoku. And they don't want to read subtitles, which is so fair. When I want to watch like a reaction video, I also don't want to read subtitles. That's what the video is for. I should be able to listen, and I should be able to understand everything that's going on around me. But I have a little P on the corner that's like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. Get Lexapro for a heat suppressant. Does it work? I've seen people get like actual prescriptions of other medicines to help with the heat intolerance, but I'm at a point where I'm gonna try out cooling powder from Thailand. I'm gonna let you guys know if that helps any. I got my heat suppressant from Temu. These side effects are crazy.
Staircase.
Oh, like Lexapro heat suppressant because it makes you less horny. No, I think I'm immune to the horny side effect of antidepressants. Cause other people in my psych ward also got sertraline prescribed, and they complained about stroking their shit crazy style not working, and I said, cannot be me.
And if you follow that staircase, down, 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 you will reach the entrance to...
I popped in the psych and said, girl, if I can't jerk my penis right now, I'm gonna die, change the shit. Yeah, I got lucky with that one, but I would rather have the Jorkin immunity than the heat immunity intolerance. Like, I don't know.
hell itself. And if you can crawl
Being ace in a Megaverse probably sucks. That's just being a beta, I think. I think that's just called being a beta. Because they're just normal ass humans. They don't even smell that shit. They don't even smell that shit, and they're just wondering why the fuck everyone around them is acting insanely crazy style. Like, yeah, but like, it's still like just being a beta, I think. You can, if you're an Omega and Ace, that's gotta be Ox as fuck. That's gotta be Ox as fuck. If you're in Heat and your Heat is not like the crazy sex style, your Heat is just like, I have symptoms of the flu. I have the flu. I have the summer flu. You know? A common cold. But insane. And all of the people around you wanna like breed you and shit, and you're like, please get off my dick. Literally, I need ibuprofen and I need it now. I need it now. Imagine. Like, imagine you're an Ace Omega and you're just like, please keep it in your pants. I am here because I live alone. I'm a grown man with cock and balls and I need to get more rice because I'm out of it. Do you think Beta for Beta and Omegaverse ever roleplay Heat? I just have an amazing mod team, don't I? It's just amazing. Please, I'm on sertraline, but I'm Ace, so I'm immune. Bro, how do you deal with the heat? How do you deal with the heat? Manager! Manager, how do you deal with the heat? 5 ibuprofen, 2 garlic, 3 banana. Like, I need to get my fiber in. Please get off heat suppressor recipe.
your way back up that ladder, escape from the bowels of hell to reach the surface, you'll have to climb for weeks. That
what
is,
are we talking about?
if the devil does not grab you first.
What are we talking about? Why is there a staircase? What? Where are we? Where are we? Because my head is still in a Megaverse. 5 ibuprofen, 2 garlic.
The ruined stone church, roofless
Mix it
and
with love.
crumbling on its hill,
Oh yeah, Kansas.
became the focal point for all of it. The legend said that despite having no roof, rain never fell inside the church. The storm above, the dry floor below. That a wooden cross still hanging on one wall would invert itself at midnight. That glass bottles thrown against its stone walls simply would not break. That somewhere beneath or behind it, the staircase waited.
Hello.
The old gnarled pine tree in the
people. How are we doing, my little guy?
He's actually so little. I visited friends out of state, and they also have a cat. And the cat is a big one. Like, he's a chonker for sure. Like, he's fat as fuck. But he's also just, like, his bones are just big. Like, his head is twice as big as boobies. When I talked to my friend about it, she was like, no, that's just what adult male cats, usually that's, like, about the size that they are. Bobo is just tiny. And when I talked to my vet about it, she said, yeah, he's compact. But, like, when she said compact, I thought, like, a little bit smaller. No, he's like half the size of what an adult cat should be like. And he's turning 2. Bobby, I missed your birthday. Oh no. His birthday was the 1st of July. My baby. My baby. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my darling. Happy birthday to you. I hope you're happy in your new home. Wow. I'm 9 days too late. It's because I kept thinking his birthday is the 1st of September. but I just recently found out that it's the 1st of July, and then I just completely missed it. You were born right after Pride Month because you're not gay. That's so considerate of you. My baby. Hmm? Hmm? I feel so bad. He's 2 years old. He's 2 years old now. Booby, are you 2 years old? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. My favorite baby. I'm age-mogging him? Okay, guys. Stop age-mogging my cat. He's so big. Can you pay taxes now? Can you? I'm 22, that's 2 twice. Get mogged. Okay, guys, stop. He's already sad because Mama forgot his birthday, okay? Okay, Booby, you're gonna get an extra shrimp today. I have dehydrated shrimp that I give him as treats. You're getting an extra shrimp today, okay? Because I feel bad. He's also not eating that much food because I think it's just genuinely too hot. You're saying, guys, like, I'm not the only perpetrator. I wanted to, like, blanket it a little bit. He's gonna go to college. He's in an Ivy League. He is very smart. You're very smart. Mwah. My baby. What day was it when was your birthday? It was a Wednesday. I was streaming on your birthday. I shouldn't have streamed. I shouldn't have streamed. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I could cry. I feel like I've been on the cusp of getting my period for like weeks now. So I've just, this shit is the worst thing that has happened to me emotionally. He's from war. He doesn't know what a birthday is. He doesn't know what a birthday is, but he should have found out here. He should have found out the beauty of being loved and cared for, and I failed my duty as his mom. And I'm not being dramatic about it. I thought you were on my period. No.
Cemetery got pulled into
Whatever.
mythology.
Let's learn about fucking dead people or whatever, and Christians and whatever. Like, I really don't fucking care. You really Kermit the dog forgot his birthday. Shut up.
Local lore decided it had been used to hang witches.
Shut
A grave marked
up.
only
My
with the
baby.
name Witch with 2 T's became, in different tellings,
On my
either the
bunny's
burial
first
site
birthday,
of
I gave her yogurt treats and we ate carrot cake in her honor. Do you wanna rub it in a little bit more? No, let's go around and tell each other how nice of a parent we are to our pets and how much Pia sucks and what we did for their birthday that we remembered.
a child fathered by the devil with a local witch, or the grave of the witch itself.
I'm the local witch that fathered the devil.
Nobody who
I cried because I had to leave Boston for one night once and apologized to him for like 30 minutes for leaving him alone in an unfamiliar place when I should be taking him with me. No, if it makes you feel better, Layla Mom made me give her away. It doesn't actually. Mine died too. Okay, guys. That's also not making me feel better right now. So, what is it with moms? What is it with Arab moms and making you give your pets away?
told these stories seemed to feel any obligation to agree on the details. The specifics shifted depending on who was doing the telling. What stayed constant was the basic shape. This is a place where hell is close.
I'm gonna let him be 1,000 degrees hot on my lap, which I usually don't let him do when I'm already overheating, because I'm overheating. But today I feel bad, and he deserves to be on my lap.
Eventually, the legend absorbed.
They're all wishing you a happy birthday. Are you happy? Is it a birthday that you're happy over having?
A pope. The story goes that when John Paul II visited the United States, he uses the names, the guttural sounds. Let the jury sit with that and tell us that that was just illness. The priests went further. Path redirected to avoid passing over the unholy ground of Stull, Kansas. But there's no evidence that this happened. None. The story spread anyway, though, because it had the right idea. The highest authority in the Catholic Church frightened of a cemetery in the Kansas flatlands? If even the Pope won't fly over it, what does that tell you?
I actually was not listening to anything he was saying the entire time. I'm so sad I don't want to watch the rest of the video anymore. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Why the Epstein files didn't start a revolution? I'm too sad to watch this. Ah, I scared myself. Like, whatever. Like, whatever. Every day is his birthday to him. I hope so. Is every day your birthday, people? Yeah, let's watch Erling Haaland to cheer us up.
If Norway get to the quarterfinals, I'll go on the River Mersey.
Sorry for German job scare.
And I'll roll down it.
Wayne Rooney, I expect you to go out on a rowing trip.
Why do you smell like shit?
Brazil is a football nation which is almost maybe the first football nation you kind of get to know because of all the legendary players that played there. Just the jersey, the country, the passion. Even 2014 with Neymar and, you know, with all them big players they had and they have, it's just like, it's a bit unrealistic to play against them. No matter where you go, you kind of see a Brazil shirt. And yeah, that's why I have so much respect for Brazil as a country, but especially as a football nation.
So nice, so nice, man. Beautiful.
You remember I played against you in 1997?
Yes, of course.
There are so many...
A nightmare, no?
I thought you wanted to more party in Oslo afterwards instead.
Yeah, we remember now.
It's only a friendly.
I wish I saw his facial hair pattern before I waxed. We could have matched PCOS Beards King. This is a crazy sentence.
After matching, memories.
Yeah.
The match.
I mean, Ronaldo is a special player as well, we all know. El Fenomeno. I think Zlatan said it like, he is the inspiration to everyone that starts with football because the way he was dribbling, the way he was just enjoying football and everything.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Not
we'll see.
A lot of luck.
But 2 or 3 goals is okay?
It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You will score 4, you think?
Yeah. He's amazing. He's so fast, strong, and with Gabriel, then they know each other.
It's going to be a good battle.
Okay,
Thank you.
Well, obviously, it's a big game for Norway, you know.
Mighty
Brazil. I think Norway is sort of happy to be where we are. If we win, it's fantastic. But if we lose, it'll still be a good World Cup for Norway.
And you know that we never won against Norway. I played twice and I lost both matches. Yeah.
Pessoal, jogar na Copa do Mundo é que você tem a oportunidade de enfrentar os maiores e melhores jogadores do mundo, as maiores seleções do mundo. A Copa do Mundo é algo fascinante. Eu tive a oportunidade de Jogar 4 Copas do Mundo, 3 finais consecutivas, sei que quanto isso é fascinante. É um centroavante nato, é um centroavante que gosta de fazer gol. Na gíria, ele tem o faro, tem o cheiro do gol. Então a bola, ele sabe onde a bola vai, a bola tá sempre perto dele, é um cara que gosta de fazer gol.
In football, you never know. You never know what's going to happen in your life. You never know what's going to happen the day after, tomorrow. That's why.
Sometimes he has a British accent, and sometimes he has like a Scandinavian
Just
accent. It's crazy.
enjoy being present in the moment.
I think the Brazilians, there's more pressure to them. We're just happy. We're just having a good time. No pressure for us. A lot of pressure for them.
There are a few things that are certain in life. One of them is that Norway always beats Brazil.
I got ramen to go, but I look, he was in the mood for sushirito. What the fuck is that? So I feel like I fucked up, but I didn't like the options. I got Arby's on the way home. I have Indian food. I got the chaat samosa and the I got like a chicken dish. Holland, I know him. He was born in Leeds. Ah. Rodong is flight, no phone, no games, only that.
Shut up. Half Brazil, half Norway. It's gonna be really emotional today. Yeah.
Of course, because you're Brazilian.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I hope everybody enjoys and has a great time. And we've seen the vibe with the supporters, the memes, the media. There's so much positivity. Most of it is early.
Oh my god, guys, look at
And
this!
Brazil.
It's a ball! Fine. Football is such a fun sport. I want Norway to win this. Liking out his fire so much.
No words. This is.
He's just the queen of the people. Like, he's the Princess Diana of this generation.
I don't know, man. This is just unreal. To win against Brazil and qualify for the quarterfinal was not on my bucket list. I think we played unbelievable. But
Is this his first Worlds? I would think so, right? I think he was born in 2001.
250.
They're gonna play against England tomorrow. Ooh. I'm gonna be tuned in, I hope. He's Imam Dani of football. Okay, guys. No one outside of New York thinks that. Like, I don't... My darlings, Erling Haaland and Jude Bellingham. Maybe he was the reincarnation of Diana. I would believe it. I would believe it. Diana put on this earth once more, henceforth, to unite the people of the world, no matter what nationality you will be cheering for a random blonde person from a different country. You know? Do you guys know that T1 is kicked out of MSI like super early this time, so I'm really sad. And then today, the team that kicked T1 out of MSI, which is G2, which is a European team, which is who I would have then be rooting for, kind of. Well, now I'm rooting for HLE, but they also got knocked out by a North American team, which is very embarrassing. So, not many good things happening in PLN, so I hope this bitch wins tomorrow.
You really know how many it is in Brazil. To expect you to win a football game is not easy. So the pressure is on them, and you could kind of see that today. We just played football.
Do you know how crazy it is to be woke in America? That you guys make everyone who is a little bit woke into a celebrity figure? Like...
And enjoyed it. And I remember I said it right before the game started. Guys, no matter what happens, just smile and enjoy it, because just live in the moment, because we did everything we can, and now we...
I remember AOC happening that, like being in the same boat, kind of.
Quarterfinals with our shoulders down.
I think Sanders would have also been that if he was a little bit younger, but no one could really make that old man's stomach being an internet celebrity. He's like the only person ever to do anything about anything, which is great. Like, what I'm saying isn't that he does it, but what I'm saying is the rarity of it, that people are like, oh, what? That's an option? You can be a politician that does something? and likes humans to have rights. You know,
just enjoying playing football. It still doesn't feel
like it's crazy that he is like the only person that if you glaze it, we might get more. You think so?
real, because it's just so far off. Like I could never think.
I hate to say, I think it's not AI, or like it might be AI, but I think the original is a Chinese man. So yes. However, I find that video very funny. You can literally summon Mamdani with the bat signal. He's literally everywhere. Holland is like the German of football. This is a true straight statement. This is a very true statement that I can get behind.
This happening, which also makes it so like crazy in my head that we actually managed to beat Brazil and go through. It's been unbelievable, so I need to call it a day now. I need to relax and then sleep because I'm absolutely knackered. So
knackered.
Guys.
He's absolutely knackered. That one. Guys, I want to show you guys something. Hold on. Let me see if I can. No, this will be good enough. This will be good enough. The first iteration of Pia. Guys, look. Isn't the difference crazy? Isn't the difference just fucking insane? Like, oh, wrong. Nope, still wrong. I'm very glad you added lips. Me also. Wait, hold on. I have to open the light really quickly. Like, oh my gosh. I'm so happy with all of the changes that we did. Hold on, let me put on my hat. Nope, that's not my hat. I made the hat a little bit smaller and I changed the colors and shit. Like here, but more than anything, I'm just so happy that she has lips. You fought like hell for that. I did. Like, this was the first prototype. I'm not gonna show all of them, at least not here. Maybe we can have that in a different stream. But in one of them, I asked them to make the lips bigger. So they added lips, but they were like they had like an obvious Cupid's bow, right? So I just drew over it and I sent it back and I said, can you have it like this? And I like pulled in the middle part a little bit up and had like the top lip and stuff. I'm also happy with the adjusted colors, but isn't it crazy? Like, who is this? Who is this? Wow. Every time I draw Mimi's self-portrait, I try to do it in a different style than normal so I don't get clocked on my normal style and my art account is found or some shit, but it's so hard to not add lips. I would just say fuck it. Like, if people find you, they find you at this point. I realized this a little bit too late, I think. I took my my thingy a little bit too serious, but it's not like my privacy, and while privacy and internet safety is like a very important thing, I think at some point it doesn't matter if people find your other accounts. Like, as long as they don't find like where you live or like your government name, social security number, that's fine. If you're a VTuber and people find like your alternate accounts that you use for like Final Fantasy ramblings, whatever, you know? Because people who really want to find your shit. True, who wants my social security? Okay, Millie. Like, people who really want to dox your shit crazy style will find a way to dox your shit crazy style. And if all they will find is a Final Fantasy XIV account, then... Like, I felt that way because, I was thinking of making a new Final Fantasy XIV account. But, like, to play through. But I invested so much time and money into, like, my account, and I also don't want to, like, switch out my character and change her name and pay for a name change and whatever. And there isn't much on the internet anyways about this character anymore because I don't mention her online anymore. And every mention of her is either just from an old Twitter of mine with another fake name, or it's from, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many layers of, like, fake names and old Twitters and whatever. Like, it won't get you any closer to who I am as a person. It will just get you to a person I was 3 years ago. To an account I had 3 years ago. So, I just feel like it's not worth putting all that hustle if you just want to have fun and play video games. But isn't this crazy? Isn't this insane? Like, the glow up is actually insane. My artist cooked. My artist cooked so hard. If I ever did anything like that and my upper lip was not in the shape I draw that motherfucker on my face, it would be in the national news. Doxing doesn't scare me because I move locations so often. The one they dox is probably not even the one I'm currently in. That is true. That is true. Took a really hot selfie off Terraguts of your specific for your specific safety, and I regret it so much. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have, because that's you. It's not for my safety, it's for your safety. Like, if you want to have it there, do it. But yeah, I regret being so anal about it a little bit beforehand. But you live and you learn. There's a lot of shit you figure out as a first-time content creator. I'm new to this, not true to this. Okay, you need to get off with your thin villainous lips. You need to get off my screen. Wait, this is cute with the bow. When I was young, wait, hold on, let me put you guys over here. Why won't you? Was? Oh, SE Live, sometimes. Okay, there you go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let me read Millie Wall of Text, as always. When I was young, I realized using my nickname online actually made me easier to find than my real name because my nickname I went by was something no one used, and it was easy to Google and was connected to all my school shit and family stuff because I use it in real life, but my real name I never use in real life and it's super common, so even if you Googled it, you won't find me. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, man. Hey, no worries. Like, hey, I got you. I got you. No, I just never. I just always went by nicknames, and I changed my nicknames up frequently. Yeah, like. The name that Layla and Millie knew me as before Pia isn't the name that Cherry knows me as, so can get a little bit confusing, but hey. I like to switch it up sometimes. Because my face was on my public main account too and it followed you on all things. Yeah, true. But I deactivated my main and shit. Not necessarily because of being a VTuber, but just because I haven't touched that account in months. And at that point, it wouldn't be worth to go back on that because, like, none of the people I care about were even on that account. All of the people I care about are on my private account. And, like, why would I ever, if I ever post on Twitter, why would I post on my main account that has all the irrelevant, unimportant people on it, not my private account that has the people that I actually care about on it, you know? So, I just deactivated my main. was basically the name I used in real life. Ah, okay. And it was an uncommon spelling. Okay, in that case, I can see why. See, I never knew that. Oops. Oops. I stuck with Cherry. Low key. I'm at a point where, like, if you want to have internet safety, occasionally I've done a Honey. I feel like I've known you as a Peach too, but maybe it was like literally you just Freaky Friday trying it out. But I also know you as a Cherry more often than anything else. Or, yeah, the occasional Honey. But I feel like a Peach was thrown in there, something Peachy, something like that. My parents have called me by my real name when I was like 6 months old because it was too long. Mind you, your parents gave you that name, and 6 months later they were like, actually, let's not. High school nickname? The managers posted in a group chat, hashtag #PLive before and after going under the knife. Sorry, I don't have Twitter, but if I did, this is what I would post right now. Okay, thank you, man. I've been nothing but a baby my whole life to my family, my father's church congregation, Wendy's. I've also always been the baby. I'm the youngest in my family. I'm the youngest of all of my cousins, which is not a kind place to be at. If you've ever had a bunch of cousins, it is not the nicest title to behold, to be the youngest of the cousins. And then I was also always the youngest of my friend groups. Until this now. Because now I have a Millie in my ear that calls me geriatric and old. I'm the youngest except for my cousin who is 1 week younger than me, but that's crazy. But I've always just been called baby. Oh yeah, true. You know, like legit, in terms of like first and second degree cousins, I'm the actual youngest. So my cousins are 30 plus. Same. By now, same, yes. I think the youngest after me is 29. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I was just an accident and I came super duper late. Hi Pia, your cleave looks scrummy, love you. Thank you, manager. I love you too. I'm very happy that you guys like my tits so much. When I went to the beach with my ex, all her cousins were my age and I was so thrown off because I was like, how old? Now hold on, why are they peer? No, like actually when people are like, oh, I have a good relationship with my cousins, I'm like, why? And then they're like, yeah, you know, like we all grew up together, and I was like, oh, okay. No, I was a nuisance. I was a nuisance because all of my cousins have been grown up when I was in the middle of growing up, and or were in the middle of growing up when I was not in the middle of growing up and I was a wee baby, and then they bullied me a lot. I got bullied a lot by my cousins. I got bullied a lot. I got bullied a lot by my cousins. I got bullied a lot by my cousins. Wow. Whatever. I don't even fucking care that I got bullied by my cousins. Like, I do chill with my cousins, but they're in fact 10 years older than me. I also chill with one of my cousins. I don't fuck with any of the other cousins anymore. But one of the cousins I have to chill with, because she's kind of annoying. But she has a nephew now, and so I partake in... Cherry knows this. Cherry knows all about this cousin. I partake in hanging out with her because of said nephew now. One of my cousins watches my streams. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. one of my cousins from my father's side, well, I actually only have one cousin from my father's side, but she wanted to scalp me when I was 8 and wear my hair as a wig. And that's not an exaggeration. We were alone in a bathroom combing her hair and she said that to me. Aquarium, yep. Same cousin said whenever I spoke German to my father that I'm an attention-seeking whore that's trying to get everyone to work against her, and that's why I'm speaking German, so I can plot my evil schemes. When in reality, I was just trying to ask my father what balloon meant in Turkish. Because I didn't know, because my Turkish wasn't good, because I was born and raised in Germany. Thank God my cousins are normal, even if a lot of them are bozos. I also have a bozo cousin. I'm telling you, I would rather have 18 bozo cousins than one evil cousin, because she is actually... Oh. I feel bad because, while I could choose to go no contact with my father's side of the family, that's her mother's side of the family. And she has to be with them. So I get to go home after 2 weeks, and she is just a byproduct of all of their, like, negativity and abuse and narcissistic behavior. So at some point, I noticed that this is just her projecting, and I felt bad. However, she abused my shit crazy style. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. My brother is the evil cousin, and we know this. I think I'm the evil cousin. I'm the coolest cousin ever, because actually I'm the most boring cousin. I don't talk to anyone, I don't do anything, I go to work, I don't share anything about myself, I don't have an opinion, I'm not there for most gatherings, I have an excuse for never showing up to anything, and I send my warmest regards through other relatives, and I live my life separated from them. It's like a nail in the tire of the car that went to the oldest male grandkid, lol. I'm like, it's so embarrassing because I'm by definition connected with them whenever they're, what? And I was like, so embarrassing for me that my mom and my brother are the evil ones, because when I'm at the function I gotta be like, sorry about them. No, like actually. No, like actually. Like actually. Not that I can relate, but it has to suck to be the well-adjusted one and just be like, yeah, so about that crazy thing they did like 3 months ago, I would like to apologize on their behalf. We literally don't have family vacations anymore because of my mom, and your mom is crazy. She is insane. She is fucking crazy. What the fuck? What the fuck? I live close to my uncle and his GF and my little cousin, so it's like, hi guys. Hello, ignore these two over there. I don't know who they are for the remainder of my stay here. I enjoy spending my time with you. How's it going? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. Guys. Stream anniversary in 17 days. 16 days? What do we do? What do we do? Nothing? I have to research hotels. We might do nothing, but we might do something belated. Get drunk? No, I have to drive. I have to drive the next day to my vacation. Play Kingdom Hearts? No! Or did Cherry hack you? Did Cherry hack your phone? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me in Skechers? Don't disappoint me like that. No, I'm just generous. Edlin? Oh my god. Guys, okay, so stream anniversary I think falls on a Sunday this year. And I have to drive 2 hours the next day because I'll be going on my vacay and I'll be phone off. Like, I will be off the grid. I may check in occasionally, but I'll be like I need to detox. I'll be on a detox. It's a spa retreat I'm going to. Yeah, I was thinking like more on the likes of multiplayer, but big but we should do that after I'm back, because I don't want to do it on a Sunday before I leave, because I don't even want to do it on the Saturday before I leave, because I'll be like busy packing and stuff, and I really just want to have it like a chill one. I don't want to stress before my vacay, because I need this, because guys, the burnout, I may not show it because I'm back to streaming, but I low-key wish I wasn't, because the burnout is still super bad, but I knew if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't do anything with the time otherwise, so I might as well be streaming, but the depression and the burnout is really bad. So I need to get back on my feet. Busy Sunday anyways, perfect. So, absolutely yes to an anniversary stream, where we do like a bunch of fun shit. In fact, I do have a bunch of like games, co-op games and stuff, like silly ones. I have a bunch of them bookmarked on TikTok that I really want to play with you guys. So, figured out putting a mod chat so I can take that day off. I have PTO is fine. Do you have to work on a Saturday? I would have done it on a weekend. I would have had it a special stream on a weekend, because nobody taking time off for a fucking anniversary stream? No. Yes, I work Saturdays. Oh no. I do too. Well, I know that because you're working food, but 6 days a week for an office job? Nay. I find 6 day a week jobs to be inhumane, because what do you mean 6 days a week and you don't get, like, you can work Saturdays, but you should still have 2 days a week free. But then you can just take the Monday off or something. But that's a hell, that's a horror. Christopher and Gemma are playing with a lemon in a sock. The people in the car next to me are having like a deep relationship combo, I just noticed, and I'm just sitting here with Pia boobs and ramen. Let me hear.
What you guys talking about? What you guys talking about?
Do you want to have a little pee-pee in on your relationship troubles? I can mediate. I need to style my hair now because it's still wet, and the condensation, clear, no, Cleo, I think it was clear, the condensation, you know, it's getting to my head. The fumes are getting to me. The fumes, clear. The fumes are getting to me, and I need to blow dry and style my bob, and maybe recut her because I cut her in a frenzy. I'm not like, it was genuinely, I was in a state of I was in a flow state, but the flow was like a period flow. It's like how you would describe a heavy period flow. It wasn't zen, it wasn't calm, it wasn't anything that I'm proud of. And now I'm here with the bob. I got my thinning shears out, I thinned my hair, I have enough hair in a bag in my sink that could fit on another human person's head, and I still have entirely too much hair on my head. So, it was so much hair that I was contemplating shipping it off to donate it to oil spills. So I'm keeping it in a bag until I can figure out if that's a feasible option, but I might have to go in again. But we will discuss that when I don't have the condensation fumes on me right now. And I've been sitting here with no AC because my head has been wet. I don't want to get sick before my vacay, but my head has been wet, so I don't want to put on the AC. But I need my head to be dry now. I need my head to be dry now so I can put on the AC again because I am not doing too hot. My manager just said I have a bag of hair from my bob too that I'm saving for oil spills. Why are you my actual twin? Like, what? That is so specific. What the fuck? Nah, you can't tell me we didn't come out of the same coochie. Like, this is not... this is awful. Like, I need to research how to send it to the oil spill people. You know, the people, the oil spill people. I'll have my oil spill people talk to your oil spill people. But I couldn't find anything, so it's still on my bedside table. I fear that's going to be me. I fear that is going to be me, or I just can it, and I say fuck it, because my hair grows like weed, and I can just chop more off later, and then ship it off to the oil spill people. But if any oil spill people are watching this, give me your contacts, and my hair is yours. And also my managers, because I'm sure they would appreciate the contact too. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go dry my hair. Thank you guys for having an enjoyable Free Will Friday with me, which kind of turned into a Discourse Friday, but I'm glad we got those woke thoughts out of the way and kind of, you know, shot the shit a little bit. I love a good kiki with my mods. And anyone else that wants to have a kiki with me, but for today it was just the mods. If anyone else is really mad about the state of misogyny of times past and times ayonder, please do not hesitate to reach out in my chat. You will find some friends here, and if not, money back guarantee. Thank you for streaming. It was so fun. Thank you guys for coming. I had so much fun. Even though we didn't get shit done today. Like, not at all. This is not a VOD that I'm proud of, but it is a stream I'm happy to have made. Does that make sense? Mwah. Thanks to the people who were there when my baby got her staples and cone off. Yes. Also, everyone say congratulations to Goldfish, Cherry's cat, for getting her staples removed, and everyone say happy belated birthday, Booby. I'm gonna have to feed that man some shrimp now. Okay, you're on top of the cabinet, which usually you're not allowed to do, and usually I would yell at you for, but today is your birthday, I decided, so... I'm not sure. This inconsistent parenting is gonna get me in trouble one of these days, but that's a future problem for future me. You're trying so hard not to do her government name. I am. Because ever since I learned about her government name, I've been obsessed with her government name. But for now, Miss Goldfish will do. You should have never told me. I would have been happy calling her Golfy for the rest of my life. But now... Well... I'll see you guys on... You knew it? I did. It's true. I did. I just forgot. I'll see you guys on maybe Monday. I actually don't know. How do we feel about a schedule? I might post one. Maybe not. Because I paid money for my schedule, for my new one, and no one ever saw it. I showed it a little bit on the debut, but then I didn't use it. So I might put in a little bit of a... How about we play some random games? I don't know. I have a capture card now. We can get some shit done. Okay, hold on. Ending screen. Yes, hair soaks up oil spills. They use, you can donate hair usually that helps with like big scale oil spills. Perfect timing, I'm almost home. Ooh! No! I think Booby's fed up with me screaming by now too, so I really have to go. I hope YouTube is caught up with the show ending. And